Happy Wednesday, everybody. Welcome in, welcome in. I hope you have had a great week so far. I've had to change my verbiage at the beginning here because we are doing different days during the summer just because of the work schedule. But I hope it's been well for you, and I hope you had a nice weekend and everything prior to this, of course. But yeah, should be interesting. My name is Todd. If this is your first time here, this is a reaction stream. Members of ToddReacts.com actually request videos that we react to, and you can certainly do so and join them at toddreacts.com. Season tier gets you 2 video requests per month. Series tier gets you 3 video requests per month. So go ahead and check those out. And while you're there, go ahead and check out the summer collection of merch just launched the beginning of June. Lots of great stuff in here, all designed by yours truly, with the help of some graphic designers, of course. We got the tank top, the ultra soft tee with the script on it. We got a crop top because it is summertime, of course. We got the script hoodie, which is what I'm currently wearing. You can check that out. The graphic hoodie, athletic tank top, graphic tee, etc., etc., etc. Lots of great stuff there. We'll just click into this one for now. Lots of great color options for you to choose from, of course. And you get the different angles and photos so you can kind of see what it looks like. And you can even zoom in if you just put your cursor over it. Lots of different sizes as well, very inclusive. Lots of different colors for you to choose from as well. We have a size guide just to make sure you get the right cut, right size, all that stuff. It comes in inches and centimeters, whichever one you prefer or use. And as always, quality is guaranteed on every order on toddreacts.com, so go ahead and check that out as well. And, of course, what, Todd, you just have merch? No, we have accessories as well. Lots of great new accessories. Of course, the journal, which is very cool. The script bag, the pillow. It comes with the insert and the cover as well, of course. And they are washable, too, by the way, which is awesome. Got some stickers here. Literally have them in front of me. You can see. And the double wall tumbler is brand new as well. That I keep on me as well. Full of ice cold water. And it is double walled, so you don't get that condensation on the outside, which makes it slippery and all that stuff. You don't have to wipe your hand after you grab your drink. And lots of other great stuff as well. Rocks Glass, of course, got the energy drink in it. Pick that brain up, that midweek slump, if you will. Lots of other great stuff there. You can check it out on your own time. Ships worldwide, 15% off for members that you can see there as well. And if you're already there, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, the Todd Reacts YouTube channel. We have crossed the 14,000 subscriber mark at this point. Very cool. Thank you all for joining and just doing that simple act of kindness, if you will. If you enjoy the content, it helps the algorithm go, oh, you like this? Let me put this in front of you, basically. Nice, free, easy way to support the channel, of course. Just gives the channel a little bit more boost out there, which is always good. Get more people to tune in and hang out and talk to us and all that good stuff. So join the conversation, of course. Lots of great videos in the backlog there as well. That's where all these streams go. They go right up to YouTube. So go ahead and check that out. If you're just watching on Twitch, yes, there are a lot more followers on YouTube. So go ahead and check that out. And of course, you get years past videos as well. You can kind of see the evolution of the channel, which is a interesting one. Very, very interesting one. And of course, last but certainly not least, let's see. I don't have it pulled up because it did update, which is such a classic thing. It does it all the time. But let's see if I can get this to appear. Oh, I have to change it a little bit. There we go. Of course, I'm talking about the Discord, which is just over, I think it's 263 members, if I'm not mistaken. Let me check real quick. It is 237 members, 237 members currently in the Discord, totally free. Links are everywhere, toddreacts.com. It's on every video on YouTube in the video description and all that good stuff. And you'll see the link kind of go through the chat if you're in the Twitch chat, of course. But yeah, lots of great Conversations, friends have been made. As you can see at the top, it tells you when I'm live, which is super handy, and I do update that quite frequently to alert you to any sort of future events or changes or whatever. So it's always good to check out the events section here at the top. And of course, we have lots of great fandom channels for you to join and meet people and talk to people about the things that you're interested in, including photos and videos and all that good stuff. It's way more interactive than the YouTube comments. It's kind of why I established it. I'm like, you know what? These YouTube comments are, I mean, they're good, but they're not like lively. Like they could be livelier. So the Discord is basically that. And of course, we have a lot of good community posts and community channels as well. So go ahead and check out the Discord. Lots of fun things there. And just before we kick things off, we do have 5 amazing member-requested videos to go over today. Looking forward to it. I hope you are as well. You're going to see a bit of a pattern today, but I have jumbled them up a little bit so we're not, watching the same thing twice in a row. Just kind of add a little bit more flair to it, if you will. But I just wanted to talk about a couple of things before I hopped in there. Number one being, I don't know if you've heard of this. I don't know if you've seen this. I've been talking about it for a while here. I do enjoy the 90 Day Fiancé show. It is a reality show, of course. Are the couples real? I think they are, for the most part. Almost all of them. I don't think these are actors in any sort of way. Now, is it creatively edited? Absolutely. Always. Always. These networks take liberty with everything. They cut out things. They put things in, out of order, basically, and try to create conversations out of nothing. But I do believe the people are actual couples. I do believe that. And some of the situations... Boy, some of the situations are so cringy and just awkward to a crazy degree that you just kind of go, I bet that's a real situation. Like, I don't even know if you could script some of these moments that are just so cringy. They're just awkward, to say the least. But one of those moments on the last episode that just appeared was a bedding ceremony. Todd, what does that mean? A bedding ceremony? You're talking about the sheets? Yes, kind of. It was a wedding in bed. A wedding in bed is a bedding, apparently. It was the weirdest ceremony I've ever seen. They come out, they go into the bed, an officiant comes out, reads the vows and all that stuff, and then they read their own vows. And then, congratulations, you're married. And then that's it. That's it. It was the weirdest thing I think I've ever seen on television. Well, maybe not the weirdest, but it was definitely up there as one of the strangest twists on a ceremony or tradition or whatever. Literally, the only part of that was traditional was the officiant actually, doing it. So technically it was a ceremony, but it was just a very weird one. Very, very weird. And these two are just an interesting pair. If you've seen it, if you've seen clips of them, they're made for each other. Is what I'll say to that. They're made for each other. They met on a dating site during season 5 of the show while vacationing in Turkey. Originally Shekinah and Sarper were supposed to move to Turkey. However, this didn't happen, and at the beginning of season 6, it was revealed that she had returned to the U.S. for work. Sarper followed her on a K-1 visa. Todd, what's a K-1 visa? It's a visa where you can bring over somebody from a different country, and you have 90 days. It's literally the title of the show. You have 90 days to marry that person, or they have to go back. So it's a visa, short-term visa, like really short-term visa, and you have 90 days to tie the knot, or they go back. It's literally meant for a wedding, basically. It's very interesting. It's very odd, but it's been a very interesting show. If you haven't checked it out, I would definitely check out some clips. There's been some fellow YouTubers that have reacted to it and have had interesting remarks and, surprise moments and whatnot. Of course, even if you haven't seen the show, you've probably heard of Big Ed. Became quite the meme a couple years ago. He has basically no neck. I mean, he does have a neck, but it's invisible. That sounds so weird out of context. It's barely visible. I mean, it literally just goes from shoulder to bottom of his head. But it's been an interesting show. The couples, some of them are just absolute train wrecks, and you're just like, where was this? Like, why? What did you see in each other kind of moments? And you're just like, I don't think they're compatible at all. Lots of awkwardness, lots of cringe, which is kind of, unfortunately, what you would expect from those kind of situations. Yeah, it's been an interesting ride. And then they have tell-alls at the end where they just rip each other apart, which is kind of fascinating. She kind of said, we love being in bed, honestly. We spend a lot of time in bed. Hey-oh. We don't even have a dining room table. We eat all our meals in bed. We watch a lot of shows. She paused and then added, we were really afraid of marriage, actually, so it made it a little less scary. It made it a little less scary. I mean, yeah, if you're in bed constantly or bedridden, I guess, yeah, you would feel more comfortable performing that in bed. But it's kind of an interesting, and a lot of this, from what we saw in the show, a lot of this is because the downstairs in the apartment or townhouse, I don't know what you would call it, but the living arrangement that she had, the entire bottom floor was her office. So she runs like a esthetician kind of thing where she's doing nails and or not nails. She's doing eyebrows and eyelashes and all that stuff. And so the entire bottom floor is just business, basically. And then the upstairs is where she actually lives, which means she has no kitchen because the kitchen is downstairs and you don't want to use the kitchen because you have clients coming in, right? So you don't want to have like weird smells and client walks in and it just smells like lasagna or something. Who knows? Maybe that's a selling point. I think it would be a selling point, but maybe I'm not everybody. But yeah, it's been interesting. So it makes sense that they're in the bed for most of the time because the downstairs is completely not usable because there's just equipment everywhere. And like dentist chairs or whatever, those reclining chairs. Like it's very odd situation. Sarper added that nothing about their relationship was normal, so it was expected that their wedding wouldn't be normal or traditional either. The couple also shared that their family was shocked but not surprised when they heard. She kind of said they were shocked, but they also weren't that surprised because they know us. They know that we're going to do something unconventional. Well, yeah, they showed in an episode her and him, I guess, revealing to her friends that they were doing this. And that, the friends brought up like, oh, so you're looking forward to the wedding? Do you have an idea on a venue? That kind of thing. And she was just like, oh, yeah, we do. We're going to have it in bed and it's just going to be us. And needless to say, the friends were shocked and appalled. It did not go well. They were instantly triggered, I guess you could say. When asked if they would recommend a wedding to other couples, she kind of was quick to answer, no, it's our thing. This made Sarper laugh as he joked, we're selfish SOBs. Pair's ceremony marks the 90th wedding in the 90-day fiancé history. Wow. My question is, how many of those are still around? Out of 90 weddings on 90 Day Fiancé, how many actually are still there? That would be interesting to find out. That would be very interesting to find out. Actually, you know what? Let me pull that up. Hold on. It's tricky to give a precise number of how many 90 Day Fiancé couples are still together as relationships shift. Updates are constantly happening. However, some sources indicate that around 30 from the various seasons and spin-offs have managed to stay married. It's worth noting that the show's success rate is generally considered to be below 50%, with many couples facing challenges related to communication. That's a big one, isn't it? Fame and personal growth. Yeah, fame is one that's weird because obviously if this was just a 90-day fiance situation without the cameras, that wouldn't be a factor at all. And chances are it would just be, communication, or a lot of it, honestly, is, well, I guess it stems from communication. It's not revealing the whole truth. Like, oh, by the way, this is how I live. And they get over wherever and they're just like, oh, wait, this is how you live? And part of me is just like, do you not look at the background of when you're talking to people? Like if you're on a video call, aren't you like scoping out the back? Like just kind of looking past them, what does it look like? What does the room look like? Give me a tour. Some couples from the original series are still married. Wow. Yeah, I know Russ and Paula. Absolutely. Many couples from the later seasons are also together. Some recommitted. Interesting. So it's below 50%, but it's not terrible. It's not terrible. I think a lot of this has to do with, obviously, the TV. TV and also clashing cultural issues, kind of makes sense, right? There seems to always be a little bit of awkwardness with the cultures. Anyway, enough about that. Betting ceremony. You ever hear of that? What do you think? Would you participate in a betting ceremony? Would you be able to tell your family and friends they're not invited? That's an interesting one. If you're able to tell your family and friends, we're getting married, but you're not invited. That's a bit of a toughie. Anyway, something I did do over the weekend, since we're not doing the Monday stream in the summer, I figure I'd talk about the weekend because this was a pretty good one. I finally checked out the movie Sinners. The movie that, rocked the box office domestically. I don't know about internationally, but I think it was over 300 million, which in the grand scheme of things is not a huge number. We're so used to billion-dollar, Barbie and Oppenheimer was close to $1 billion, and obviously the Marvel movies and the Avengers and whatnot. But a normal movie, like a normal independent movie, should be, somewhere around 100, 200, 300, somewhere around there. And this one did it. This one absolutely did it. And I remember it being talked about, and I remember it being very positive, extremely positive. And I was like, I don't know. I mean, I've been burned so many times. By new movies and TV shows, and everyone's like, it's the greatest. And then you watch it, and you're like, it's okay. Like, maybe it's overblown. I had that kind of reaction to Sinners. I'm like, I don't know. It's getting too high of a praise. I don't know if I trust it. So I didn't see it in the theaters, mainly because in the theaters, it's still getting a lot of people to show up. I literally looked at it like 2 weeks ago on a Saturday night or Friday night. I think it was Saturday night. And the 5 o'clock showing was almost not full, but like over 75% full. And I was just like, dang, isn't this thing out on streaming right now? So it was very interesting. What's up, Cookie? Welcome in. So I finally checked it out. I didn't go to the theater to see it, but I finally checked it out. And I got to say, it is one of the best original movies I've seen in a hot minute. Certainly with respects to a horror film or thriller or anything like that, it was definitely great. I've seen a lot of horror films recently in the theaters. I've seen a couple on streaming, and they've all been very subpar. Like, really not that great. I saw Until Dawn recently in theaters. I didn't even realize it was based on the video game for some reason. And then afterwards, I'm like, oh yeah, wait a minute. I watched playthroughs on that. How did I put that together? But I've watched a lot of kind of those what is it called? Blumhouse horror films and stuff like that. I think the company's called Blumhouse. Not great. Not great. Okay, but not theater worthy. I would say Sinners is absolutely theater worthy. The music is great. The lighting, the atmosphere is wonderful. I love the past view that it has. If it was set in today's times, I don't think it would have hit like it did. But because it was set in kind of an old day, old time, it would just was perfect. It was perfect. Mainly for the fact that, it's a simpler time. You don't have a lot of escape routes. There's no internet. There's no cell phones. So you're kind of there. That's how life used to be, right? We couldn't call an Uber and get out of there. But very, very good. I thought it was a lot of the one potential negative I have for the entire movie is it seemed like it was a long, long build-up, and then the action was pretty quick. Just kind of one of those slow builds. The crescendo, you can see it coming a mile away. Like, they're in the building, whatnot. I'm trying not to spoil it if you haven't seen it. They're there, they're faced with an issue, and it just seems like most of the movie was building up to that, and it was just over like that. So I would say the one gripe I have is that it was too much build-up, not enough action. And that's not a harsh criticism, because the rest of it was amazing. The rest of it was amazing. It was very, very good. The music great, the lighting great, cinematography was lovely. I thought the action, what it was interesting. I thought the bad guy was a good bad guy. Like, it was terrifying, equally terrifying. It was an interesting situation. I gotta say, it was a very interesting situation. I thought it was great. It was one of those, I haven't had this moment a lot. I had it with Mission Impossible. I've had it with Sinners. And honestly, I would be scratching my head trying to figure out the next one that I've had this with recently. But the movie ended, and I sat there for a second, and I just thought, that was good. Like, that was worth the time, worth the attention, worth, sitting in one spot for, 2 hours? That was totally worth it. And that's seemingly harder and harder to find currently. I don't know why. A lot of things are, remakes, repeats, reboots, all that good stuff. So it's nice to see some original concepts. And frankly, as a vampire film, we're talking one of the best vampire films I've seen in years, if not a decade. Like, this is amazing. Truly, truly amazing. And the director was asked, I think his name was Coogler, he was asked if he was going to do a sequel, and he said absolutely not. So there you go. I think that's a whole cinematic universe around it. What? Well, definitely not a sequel. Definitely not a sequel. It'd be kind of cool to see a prequel of, like, before that, what happened, basically. As you can see with the reviews here, stunningly high. 97%. All critics, top critics didn't change. Verified audience 96, all audience 94. Like, we're talking certified, verified, fresh. Just unbelievably good. Rip-roaring fusion of masterful visual storytelling and toe-tapping music. The music was good, like I said. Writer-director Ryan Coogler's first original blockbuster reveals the full scope of his singular imagination. I thought I read a review. Let's see if I can find it. This might be the dumbest review I've read in a while. Everybody has an opinion, and everybody is totally fine to have an opinion. But this one, I don't even know how to think about it. The movie was good until the vampires showed up. What? The movie was good until the vampires showed up. What do you think this movie is? This movie is involving vampires. Like, that is a key part, a key element to the movie. Like, that's like saying, you know, Star Wars is great until the Star Wars kicked off. What? What? It's just unbelievable. Surround sound and picture quality was really good. I agree with that. Movie is beautifully played out with the wonderful stories of each character. Everything about the film is wonderful. Slow burn at the start, but stick with it. Refreshingly unique. Great use of symbolism. The end kept us talking for hours. Very, very unique. I thought it was good. Soundtrack was great. Yep, everybody's talking about that, of course. This guy might have a future in movies. Yeah, probably. Amazing actors, actresses, lots of different stars that you didn't think was in it. Honestly, I must not have looked at a promotional poster. I didn't even realize the main bad guy was Cook in Skins, UK. I saw him, and he looks so much older. He looks so much older and just different. And I was just like, who is that? He looks familiar. And I was trying to, think of it, but also not think of it so I could actually watch the movie. But it's Cook. I couldn't believe it. It's been years. Almost 20 years. Oh my gosh. Ugh. Where's the time go? Where does the time go? I don't think it was originally advertised as vampires being in it, though. I'm trying to think. I thought in the theatrical trailer it was somewhat obvious with like blood or whatever coming out of her mouth or something. Like, oh gosh. Now I'm trying to think of the theatrical trailer. Hold on a second. Let's see. Sinners is the highest grossing original horror film, domestic and worldwide. Although if you count for inflation, I don't think it is. Two hours and 17 minutes. Budget was $90 million. It's not a lot, but it's decent. It's decent. See if we can.
We've been gone a long time. We back now. You twins? Nah, we cousins.
Also, I had no idea that Michael B. Jordan was
with the gift of making
a twin
music
in this.
So true. It can conjure spirits from the past.
I must not have even
future.
seen the trailer.
This gift can bring fame and fortune.
Will somebody take me in your eyes?
But it also can pierce the veil between life and death.
Listen here. This ain't no house party.
Let's see if I can.
Shit. What the hell going on?
Oh, we heard tale of a party.
This world already left you for dead.
I can save you from your fate.
We don't need no.
And you are?
I am. Your way out. Don't cry. He's all better now.
Okay, well, definitely in the second trailer, they made it perfectly clear it was about vampires. Maybe not the first one, but the second one definitely. Let me see if I can find that information about Cougar's comments on it. Let's see. No plans for a sequel. Cougar has stated that he intended the film to be a standalone story, has no interest in developing a sequel or franchise. Cougar says he never considered making a Sinner sequel, wanted to get away from franchise films. I wanted it to be a holistic and finished thing. Okay. Oh, he's been in a space of making franchise films for a bit, so I wanted to get away from that. Okay. Oh, that's interesting. I wanted the movie to feel like a full meal. Your appetizers, starters, entrees, and desserts. I wanted all of it there. I wanted it to be holistic and a finished thing. Interesting. All right. I guess that kind of answers it for now. Will that opinion change? I don't know. I do not know. But overall, great movie. If you have not seen the movie Sinners, check it out. Check it out. I promise it'll be good. Promise it'll be good. That is not something that I say often, but it blew me away. It legit blew me away. I was very surprised. I was like, all right, this is one where the hype was real and it was honest. I'm sure I'll watch it again later on. Will it still have that same impact? Maybe not. But I don't think I'm wrong on this being one of the most original, interesting movies I've seen in a long time. Long time. All right. Let's go ahead and jump into the 5 member requested videos. We're going to start off with a Smosh Angela video. Then we have a Stray Kids video, then versus now. And then we have The Walking Dead with starring Richonne, Rick and Michonne, pairing. And then we're going to go back to Smosh for an edit compilation. And we're going to end the stream with a Stray Kids Maniac video. Looking forward to it. I kind of, since we're dealing with only 3 subject matters, if you will, I figured it was smart to kind of, shake things up and make sure we're not watching the same thing twice. So hopefully that works for you all. But let's go ahead and jump into it, shall we? First one is Angela crashing out. It's always good to start with a crash out video. Let's go ahead and jump in.
Okay. Are you kidding? That's unfair. She made those. I need to calm down. Everything's fine.
Amanda.
I'm an adult.
Smosh.
Because the only way to explain the rules is as simply as they are.
Like, dude.
Oh my God.
Squeeze. Angela, get out.
No!
Get out.
No, you can't see this footage anymore. No, I'm gonna ruin all the footage. No!
You have more.
No!
You have more than 3.
I'm going to ruin all the footage.
She's walking out. She's walking out. She's gone. She's gone. She's gone. She's gone. That is so good. Oh my God. The way
Bitches!
Oh, she's back.
Bitches! I will be here only because Alex and Spencer want me here, but I am not going to be present with any of you.
And I was on your side. I wanted the muzzle.
I chose you for a mission.
Hey.
I chose you for a mission.
Turn
Okay,
around.
we get 2.
Pick the money. Hey, turn back around.
Turn back around.
I stabilized that tower,
I got $1
and
million.
the footage will show it.
I feel like I saw a chance to a lot.
Oh my gosh, I think I've heard of Spud Hut. It's like a potato restaurant or food truck or something.
You all. I may be a sweetheart, but I'm a magical heart too.
Saren, you have the worst taste in women, man. Yeah.
And now we are bonded. This is crazy.
Only you lost. Everybody won but you, Saren. Everybody won but you.
Sapphire, guys.
Yeah.
My birthstone.
Thanks, Shane. Oh, Thanks, bud. Sapphire, guys. Hey, you can marry.
Oh my gosh.
You don't do anything in your fucking life, you piece of shit. Look at that. Your mother and your father are so upset. Look what you fucking did. You came home from Sunday school and you brought that.
Broke off without
That might be one of my favorite. That might be one of my favorite Smosh videos I've ever reacted to. Period. Like, that was unbelievably funny.
Get the bucket.
And his drawing was just so perfect.
3, 2, 1.
What?
Oh no.
What happened just now?
I didn't barf, I just spit it out.
Oh! Like, what is?
I want you on every episode.
Can I get some that has a flavor to drink?
This is Angela after a night of drinking. All right, this is fried cat food.
Oh, gross. That's so gnarly.
I got mine.
Would you like to?
What are those selections there? Oh my gosh. You can't even see all of them, but honestly, it's probably a good thing.
Would you like to go? Oh.
I can't do this. I can't do this. This is fucking ridiculous.
Oh
Okay.
my god.
I don't think I'm getting paid enough for this.
You're
Okay, I think.
This is an
listen up,
HR
because
nightmare.
I, Spork, am about to tell you a tale. And not just any tale, understand?
Okay.
Like epic. Though admittedly my tail is pretty darn cute. All wild and squishy when I'm excited. Which is like why it's always, especially when Angela's around.
This is gonna be hard.
It'll be long.
You got this.
So let's talk about our percentages. So you are at a high percentage,
The
but you've
support from
lost
Courtney.
6 out of 10 Bepardies. So, you know, there's just other people that are in less Bepardies that didn't do well.
But I'm glad we went there.
Smosh Pit didn't do their math right when we were planning out Losers Bepardy. I'm sorry.
You weren't supposed to be in there.
Aww. They gaslit you. Hey.
The prodigal son returns.
No, babe.
Wait.
No.
This is how narratives are created.
Hey, you thought 9/11 was in 2011. You didn't know where the clitoris was. So
Nose together. She found it. She found the clitoris. Everything's fine.
Wait, she found it. Where is it?
Hey, I'm leaving. Do you guys want to come?
Trevor.
You're not leaving.
Wait. What if we win and then you redeem yourself?
This is the last
You
time you'll
could
see
make.
me.
But you're point guard.
I have a train ticket outside.
Wait.
You have a train ticket outside?
Hurry.
Fix it.
No, I gotta fix
Train
that.
ticket to nowhere.
Will you guys shut the up? Will you shut the up?
Hurry. 10 seconds. Hurry.
Oh.
So polite during theirs. Like it was like a fucking baseball game over here. Fucking losers! How dare you tell them at home I'm wet? No one was supposed to know that.
Just a heads up, my sweater is soaking wet, so if you touch me and you're wet,
I'm just like, ah.
Why are you wet?
because I spilled coffee all over it.
Oh, it's wet.
Uncomfy. My sweater's soaking
You wanna
wet.
squirt
And
me?
no one was
You
supposed
wanna
to know
squirt
that.
me with a squirt
No one was
bottle?
supposed to
You
know
with
that.
insults, bitch.
I was above board. It frustrates your turn.
Oh my god.
I don't want
You want to squirt me with a squirt bottle? I'll squirt you with
You were caught in the middle of that. Are you okay?
I was right in the middle.
Did you feel the vibrations from that?
Yeah.
You're wrong.
And it was stronger on one side.
Sorry.
It's like Captain America and Iron Man Civil War.
Dose.
Duh.
Not worry about it.
Yeah! Another one.
I had no idea you could blow up blimps in
Is
GTA
that
5.
what they say? We the best music. What do you think they said? Read a back solution. Oh my God!
What
Angela.
year are those headphones?
Bitch.
Spencer, you wiener butt.
You stupid
You
bitch.
son of a bastard.
What's going on?
I'm gonna fill your socks with
Did he
beans.
give us all the drawings?
Spencer!
I wanted to try. I wanted to try.
Unfortunately, you have a sex catchphrase. What is it?
Unfortunately.
Unfortunately.
I know Damien's.
I have.
Wait, is that yours? That's your sex. Get ready for the comments,
why do you
Angela.
know Damien?
Why, what's mine, bud?
No. Angela?
Bud, pal.
Coworker, what's up?
Angela?
I just had a joke. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean that.
So you might be able to predict it.
Red's gonna go crazy on that one.
Dare you confidently come in?
You're gonna stand here in front of cameras and say that you love Mater? Go ahead.
Oh my God.
Oh no. Oh no. The gauntlet.
No.
Oh my God.
I don't know what Angela's feeling, but I'm on her side.
Oh my God, Shane.
What's wrong with me?
When she goes on the cars ride at Disneyland, she cries when she sees it.
What's wrong with me? What is wrong with him?
He's good. He's good. He's good. He's good. He's good. I love cars. I love cars. He's good.
Isn't he Lightning McQueen's best friend? Not all of us can be Lightning McQueen, Shane.
Oh my God.
You really didn't think
Some of us are tomaters.
I'm having a brat summer.
Or Angela, go.
Cut that. When I mean to cut that, I'm begging. Like,
Angela,
you have to cut that.
Angela, the Lord has risen.
No, that was no. If you keep that in, then it proves you hate me. Whoever's behind the control.
What time? I'm just gonna look over there. You guys are just gonna be kissing. Jesus.
You wish.
God, Spencer, you turned
You
emo
took it too
friendships
far.
into
You want us to watch you play video games while we're making out?
Yeah, my
You
God.
fucking disgusting
Wow.
piece of
Who our
shit.
friends touch.
Your
okay?
parents are probably so fucking disappointed.
God.
You
We
fucking
hug.
sick fuck.
We hug.
She's married, Spence.
Yeah, my
Get
God.
a fucking job.
I can touch my friend if I want as a hug. As
Go
a
wash your
friend.
fucking dishes, you fucking sick.
Okay, next meme.
Ow! Hey!
Oh my gosh.
Stop! No!
Whoever made this meme made Angela cry,
Okay, for context, there was an episode of our Beppardy quiz show where Angela thought, for a moment, for at least a brief
9/11
moment, she
was
thought
in
9/11 happened.
2011.
In
I mean, that is, you know what?
Were you thinking 9/11?
Understandable, but also unforgivable.
Angela. Angela. Angela.
I was wondering if that's what you were
I
talking
like to think that she somehow didn't know, and someone showed her a YouTube video of the footage, and she was like, I can't believe that happened today.
Wait, this is a recurring meme?
2 sips of coffee before this video.
It was a long day. It was a long day.
Look, it's a,
It
yeah,
was the first video of the day.
you know, it was,
You know what?
it was a long
It was the
day. It was
first
8
video
a.m.
of the day.
All right.
I don't know.
Y'all in?
I don't know how to spell it. I'm just gonna
Yes,
write.
you do.
All right, here we go. Zebra.
Zebra. Zebra.
Uh-oh.
Xylophone.
That's with an X.
That's an X. That's an X.
You have to know. You have to. What? What?
Relax!
No. How can they?
I fear I'm losing the room.
Is that next to the
Fear I'm
service?
losing
It's
the
off,
room.
bitch. It's gone.
He's in his head next to the cervix.
What? Is that next to the cervix? There's never apologize. This is your chance to apologize. You owe an apology.
There's never been a better reason to not go to a performing arts school.
You're right.
I went to performing arts middle school and high school.
That's awful, Angela.
How do you think xylophone is spelled?
Oh my gosh.
I was in there for
Out of
that.
curiosity.
The callbacks.
This is unrelated. It's about a different video. Would
Like
you think it's
spell-
crazy? What do you think the first letter of xylophone is?
X.
X.
Rage increasing.
You said a Z, didn't you?
And Anthony literally said he's gonna quit Smosh.
Not again.
He got up and said, "I'm gonna
Not
quit
again.
Smosh."
But no, and that doesn't even trump the fact that you thought 9/11 happened in 2011.
No, you did not.
I did it.
Okay.
He brought it back.
Time.
Girl.
We're gonna rhyme
Work on
with...
that snap, baby.
Okay, we're gonna rhyme with poo.
I can't focus.
Oh, you can't focus? Yeah.
Girl.
Welcome.
Girl.
You must take You didn't rhyme anything with poo.
Oh wait, we didn't start. No. That's not fair. That's not fair.
Hey, sorry. When you were looking like a fucking idiot on 6 cameras
That's
the whole
not
night,
fair.
you didn't rhyme with
That's
poo.
not fair.
Asshole.
That's not fair.
Hey, when you were fucking losing your mind and being ick for everyone on the internet to call that you didn't rhyme with
I love how not even the producers and potentially other people in the room are safe.
poo. I fear.
Girl.
Oh my gosh. Those would accurately be described as crashing out, I think. Absolutely. Those are prime crash outs. We go ahead and throw that some love. Link down below in the YouTube description for the original video. Go throw it some much deserved love. And of course, check out the channel. There might be something there that you might be interested in. Maybe you want to request it to be on stream. Let me go ahead and post that in the Twitch chat for those of you watching live. Let's pull up some information on Smosh. Obviously, we've watched quite a bit of videos on Smosh at this point, so it's kind of hard to come up with new information. But shout out to Jace, Rocco Kitty, and Luke, the mods, for helping with all the links we're going to go over today. Appreciate it greatly. Let's go ahead and bring that up. Smosh star Olivia is celebrating 10 years in the comedy troupe. Olivia spoke with us about celebrating 10 years on Smosh and what she's learned during her time with the comedy troupe. Has been active in Hollywood for 2 decades, and this was published, by the way, May 22nd of this year. 2 decades since her on-screen debut on the USA comedy Monk. Oh, that was a great show. Great show. It was one of those USA Network shows in the mid-2000s, I want to say. Maybe late 2000s. That were just better than the network. We'll say that. You had Suits, which became super popular as soon as it got on Netflix, of course. You had Burn Notice. You had White Collar. Monk, of course, was, I think, the first one to hit. What else? I think there was another one in there. Oh, Royal Pains, I think was one. And then another one was, oh, shoot. Why am I forgetting the name of it? I've reacted to it. Then again, I've reacted to a lot. Over 1,100 videos worth. Shoot. Psych. Psych was on USA Network as well, wasn't it? I think it was. It was probably at the time of some of those. She's already hitting a major milestone in her career with her 10th anniversary in the comedy improv group, Smosh, with her debut in 2015. Founded in 2002, of course, Anthony and Ian. Outlet for making Flash animations, which, you know, RIP Flash animations. I made a couple of my own and I uploaded them to a website called Newgrounds. It was just kind of an old school Flash game animation site. Dang, I wish I could still find those. Those were a labor of love in high school, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. Two shifted their attention to YouTube in 2005 during the streaming platform's infancy, long before it became a viable enterprise. Investment paid off. Became one of the most popular channels. Of course, it was literally the top channel for a couple times, I think, right? As of May 2025, main channel has over 10 billion views, over 2,000 videos. Wait a minute. They've been around since 2005 and have over 2,000 videos. I've been around since 2021 and have 1,100 videos. That is nuts. I must have been on some sort of like just warpath to put out content. That's crazy. Crazy. Nearly 27 million subscribers. Of course, they launched other channels as well. All right, let's see here. Let's skip ahead. Olivia's appeared in over 300 episodes of Smosh's various content, from sketches, talk shows, games, including Bit City, Eat It or Yeet It, Every Blank Ever, If Blank Were Real, Try Not to Laugh Challenge, of course, and more. While promoting her Quiver music drama, Off the Record, she spoke to Bleeding Cool, which is apparently the name of this website, about the invaluable lessons she's learned all this time from being part of the group. You're approaching your 10th anniversary on Smosh, and I was wondering, when you think about the legacy you've built there, what has been the most significant and most invaluable lessons you've learned in your time at the group? Oh man, I've learned many invaluable lessons with Smosh. One that sticks out is being creative on set, being malleable with scenes, coming up with ideas when we are doing a scene, or just coming up with improvised jokes on the spot. It's really an invaluable lesson I learned during my time there, and I would argue improv is a muscle, and you have to work at it. You know, it's not just something you can just go out there and boom, you're just great, you're on it all the time. It's something you gotta work on. You gotta keep using it, or you lose it. It's one of those things, you know. Sometimes you can get pretty rusty with it. But yeah, that makes sense. Obviously, the more time you spend on set at Smosh, I'm assuming the quicker you get, maybe the funnier you can get being around other funny people. It kind of makes you think about it in the same way. Try to get it, you know, kind of a vibe, if you will. Off the Record will also star Rainey, Ryan, Rebecca, Julia, etc., etc. Oh, wait, that was quick. That was one question? Wait, what? This is an entire article to one question. Interesting. That must have been a very quick interview. Celebrating 20 years, by the way. This was just released May 30th. This is a local news channel.
Comedy sketch channels, about 18 billion views later. It's celebrating 2 decades of making people laugh. Brooke Thomas is live with some of the creative forces behind Smosh to see how they continue to bring new experiences to fans. Hello.
Hello. Yes, so here at the home of the internet's largest sketch comedy brand, and they are
Who's next to her, do you think?
Really
is it
to
Shane?
be here and chat with you all. Ian and Allie,
nope.
Good morning. Thank
it's
you
Ian.
For being here with us.
Yeah, thank you for calling us funny.
Thank you for being funny. You know, can I start with you both and just talk to me about, whoever wants to jump in, what is Smosh for someone who's not in the know? You know, I'm in the know, but you know.
Yeah. So I started Smosh with my best friend Anthony about 20 years ago. Just out of boredom, we started a YouTube channel, just me and him doing sketch comedy. And then as the years went on, it started to like actually become a career of
Was that
sorts.
surprising when it started to really pick up?
Yeah, because it wasn't like actually like a career path at that time. Like people were like, YouTuber, okay,
True.
What's your real job? And then we slowly started to expand it, become kind of like our goal was like the SNL of the internet. So we started expanding our cast, expanding the team, and here we are now. We're like 63 employees, and it's been great.
That's incredible.
On the business side, like this has been wildly successful. To think that this started with an idea out of boredom.
Yeah, it's really incredible. When I was coming up in the industry, I was on the talent management side, and I always looked at and admired channels like Smosh. So to be able to come on as CEO and lead the team was incredibly such an awesome opportunity.
That's really cool. That is extremely cool. 63 employees for a internet channel, basically. That's so wild. And before monetization was even a thing on YouTube, it was just for the love of the game. Creative outlet, a bunch of randomness. I remember going to YouTube and it was basically just viral videos on the home screen. There was no corporate channels or anything like that. It was very, rudimentary and basic, but it was usually very funny. And obviously there's cat videos by the thousands, hundreds of thousands. There's something quite beautiful about the early days of YouTube. It was literally YouTube. It was meant to be a kind of a personal diary / oh, this video could be funny, or oh, this moment in my life could be interesting, or just sharing kind of odd events or humor, attempts at humor, obviously pets and stuff like that. It was a very innocent enough time. And now currently YouTube is obviously very different. And with the invention or proliferation of streaming, it's just a whole different thing. And now, I think I read that one time it was 25% or 20% of people under the age of 18 want to be some sort of content creator by the time they're older, so they don't have to get a 9-to-5 job. I totally understand it. 9-to-5s are not fun. Currently in a 9-to-5. I've always been in a 9-to-5. It's a totally different lifestyle. Obviously, answering to a boss and being in a chain of command, if you will. It's okay for some people, and then some people it's just the worst thing imaginable, and you're trying to escape the quote-unquote rat race, as they call it. And obviously, as Ian was talking about, they took the chance of just trying to be creative and uploading this stuff that, maybe other people would like to watch. And it's really a wonderful way to have a creative outlet. I mean, certainly if you're an artist, DeviantArt and all that stuff, all those different channels, websites, platforms, or whatever, offer you the ability to show other people your passion, whatever it is, whether you're a stenciler or you're doing graphic design work or you're doing sculptures. Those platforms really give you a chance. Or if, Etsy, selling items you hand make, whether it's jewelry, whether it's photos, whether it's decorations, whether it's whatever. It gives the individual a chance to make something. And of course, usually they take a cut, right? The platforms. But it's enough. It gets you in front of eyeballs. It gives you a chance to make your own kind of way in the world. And if it's very successful, there you go. There's your job. There's your career. You can kind of be your own boss. And that's a beautiful thing. Being your own boss is a very beautiful thing. Yeah, so it's quite amazing the journey they've been on for 20 years. 20 years. This is a Reddit post on the Smosh Reddit, of course, posted 28 days ago. I realized I've been watching Smosh most of my life, not clickbait. Any other longtime viewers have the realization I'm 22 years old and I've been watching since Food Battle and even have my fun fact prepared to show how long I've been watching. I was there with when Mary auditioned, and I was wondering if anyone else is in the same boat as me. I'm 24, started when it was just Ian and Anthony. They've always been such a big part of my life. I'm 30, I'm a French guy, and I've been watching since the first sketches. I've seen it all. There was a period I didn't follow as much, Defy era, because I found it less appealing, but now I can't get enough of it. That's awesome. Smosh is basically the reason I speak English. Whoa! That is cool. That is so cool. I've been learning because of their content, besides some other, of course, I'm 22 and was literally just trying to think about how long I've been watching. I think around like Pokemon in real life, so I was 9 years old. Oh my gosh. I'm 21 and I've been watching since 2012. Saw the first game banned. Grand Theft Smosh videos when uploaded on games. Time sure flies. Oh my gosh. I've been watching for literally half my life. I'm in my late 30s. I'm 19. I've been watching them since I was around 7 or 8. Wow. Been watching them since I was 8 years old. That is so wild. That is so wild. My thinking is, do they have, like, I guess it just appeals to multiple age groups. I mean, they're 8 years old, they're 7 years old. I'm assuming they're getting some sort of enjoyment out of it. Obviously, some jokes are going over their head, probably. But it probably just gets funnier the older you get because you start to realize some of those jokes. You know, I've watched numerous movies or shows where as a kid you love it because you have certain things that hits your funny bone, and then you watch it when you're older and you're like, oh wow, I completely missed some of these jokes. Like Pixar is big for this. Like they have adult jokes kind of mixed in with the kid stuff, and you don't even realize it as a kid, but it's there for the adults that take you to the movie theater or whatever. It's kind of amazing. So I'm assuming, you know, the older they've gotten, the more funny it's become, or the more jokes have been unlocked, if you will. Help, I'm 20 years old and Smosh is celebrating 20 years. Oh my gosh. That's crazy. I've been watching Ian and Anthony's stuff since the very beginning, before they were even on YouTube. Wow. Wow. That's impressive. That is impressive. Dang, 20 years. That's a lot. That is a lot. All right, let's go ahead and move into the next one. It is Stray Kids reveals how their friendship has changed since their debut. Then versus now. And this is from 17, which used to be a magazine. Is it still a magazine? I guess it technically is, probably. I haven't bought a magazine in quite a while, so I don't know. But let's go ahead and jump into this, revealing how their friendship has changed since the debut.
천년이라도 난 너를 잊을 수 없어 사랑했기 때문에. Step out, hello, we are Stray Kids.
We're here with 17 to play then versus now. And so we've been together since 2017. And so we want to tell you all the ways we've changed since then.
Back then, how long did it take us? Back then, 10 hours. It took like 2 days.
We learned our choreography till 5 in the morning, I think.
Oh my god. Oh, that's right. When we were training.
That was our daily routine.
We would finish so late, and then like Changbin would have to go so long to go to school, go back to the dorms, and just wake up like a couple hours later.
Renzi and I go to school and come back.
That was a really hard time.
Yeah, and now
That's brutal.
Just 10 minutes, 내가 외우는 시간.
Well, it's not really 10 minutes.
Like an
2
hour.
hours.
2 hours.
Yeah, for like like half a song.
Yeah.
I think 2 hours. Yeah. But it also depends on what the choreography is. If it's like really
2 hours is crazy.
Then it might take us longer. But if there's like formations, that kind of stuff.
That's right.
So that's now.
Oh my god. Back then, I thought the colors, the clothes colors are important.
The colors.
But now, also same. I think every fashionable people wears colorful,
of course,
jacket or t-shirts or pants, and I never change. I love colorful. Yeah.
Which is so ironic because they're in shades of white and black right now. Literally all of them.
Anyway, let's go one by one.
스키니한 거 바지 입었는데.
와우.
Oh, skinny jeans.
지금은 완전 통면.
Hip hop. Okay. So we have
Hip hop.
Hyunjin.
Skinny jeans had a moment there for a while.
Oh.
$5.
I got it. $5. And like 3 t-shirts. Oh wow, 3 t-shirts for $5.
Yeah.
Wow.
Unbelievable.
3 t-shirts. I love some 3 t-shirts for $5. Accessories.
Accessories.
Yeah, accessories are really important.
Yeah.
That's right. I totally agree with that.
Yes. Back then, oh my god.
Oh, I know. Like.
Oh my gosh.
Gold.
Gold.
So I
Flats.
have a lot of accessories.
Cross-shoulder bags, wallet chains, all that stuff. Like, it seems like accessories are all the rage.
Accessories, so like 5 rings.
Oh my god.
Like
It's like
4 gold.
It's like Thanos.
Like gold watch.
Thanos.
But now it's just like I like to keep it clean and simple with just silver and
Yeah.
This
Oh, yeah.
Hyunjin actually gifted me this.
Oh really? Oh.
We're a couple.
Yeah.
I was into like Kmart.
Oh, 맞아.
Discord's gonna go nuts for that.
I was into Kmart. Like I had like green hoodie.
Yeah, that's right.
I had
I
blue
know.
jeans.
Yeah.
I did wear colors. Just oh no, after debut, I was like, not black.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's even
Black.
What about you, Samir?
Formal
looks. Formal.
These
days,
I usually wear hoodies. Yeah.
What a moment to come in. What's up, Forios? Happy Wednesday.
Han, we did. What about you, Lino?
Lino.
저는 너무 편한 거 좋아했다가 지금도 편한 거 좋아합니다.
Like kind of uniform.
Like just comfortable.
Not much has changed.
Alright,
Not
what
much
about
has changed.
Hyunjin?
Comfy and comfy.
Back then I wear
The agenda continues.
맞아. Streetwear.
But now that size is very small size for me.
Yeah.
Really small.
But he works out every day. But I like your muscles now. I like your body now.
지금은 그냥 지금 그냥
편하게 진짜.
그냥 운동복만 입고 다니니까.
Our songwriting process.
Yeah. When we were writing, I guess something else, they were like, if you listen to the song, listen to the melody. It goes start from the top and it goes down, and then it keeps going down. And we thought, why? It keeps going down. Why? We were pretty bad back then.
Yeah.
Now, I guess we just have fun.
Yeah.
We don't
Just enjoy it.
No, we don't think too much. We just have fun.
Yes.
Yeah, listen to each other's opinions and. It's all good.
1, 2, 3. Stay.
Now,
Back then. 주변에 있는 것들. 주변에서 일어나는 것들.
일상에서 일어나는
일상에서
것들.
일어나는 것들로 그게
일상생활을
바로 우리의
했었지.
영감의 원천.
Like back then, our friendship. I mean, we used to always, live together.
Whenever we had like team practice, I think that's when we felt the most, I guess, the strongest and more connected.
But I feel the difference between then and now. Oh well, it got stronger. Our friendship got stronger.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
Back then.
30 to 20 minutes.
Oh really?
Back then?
So lucky.
That's so fast.
Wow.
You're so lucky.
Wow.
I took
I had a
30
really
to
hard
20
time.
days.
Because I listened to amazing Korean
I took 30 to 20 days.
Oh, yeah.
What about Changbin?
2 days.
2 days.
Oh.
Yeah, 2 days.
I think that's me too. Back then, you know how we all had monthly evaluations.
Ah, that's right. Yeah,
So we
back
always have to
then we had
memorize,
that.
like rap lyrics or
Yeah.
singing lyrics.
So back then, like
When?
I couldn't revise because I was still learning Korean.
Ah, yeah, that's right.
It was so hard. Even though I listened to it, I couldn't revise. But now it's just like, hey, it's nothing, man.
But now I think it's okay because like we always record.
That's funny.
Because we keep recording and recording.
Notorious for forgetting lyrics. That's
Back
amazing.
then, my hair was blonde.
Did I hear that correct? Monthly evaluations? Did they have to take a test or something? Oh my gosh.
Blonde.
Yeah,
Wow.
you were blonde.
Brown.
Yeah.
Our hair colors always change.
Yeah.
I mean, even Lino's purple.
Yeah, purple.
Everyone's so different.
Yeah, everyone's so different.
I just feel like if you were writing the lyrics, it would be
Black.
Always black.
It's black. I was.
It'd be pretty embarrassing to forget your own lyrics, I think. I know people have done it. I would definitely do it. But it's got to be embarrassing just a little bit.
you big?
Yes.
It was like
All we want. Just keep me blushing, man.
Can't blame with how many songs they have. Yeah, that's true. Different languages.
지금이 더 긴장되는 것 같아.
Really?
그치? 와,
So,
너무 인정.
What's the reason? You
뭔가 이제 우리 이제 스테이도 이제 정말 많이 많아졌고 그래가지고 이제
That makes a lot of
기대하는 그런 모습이
sense.
있을 거 아니에요. 그런 기대하는 모습.
As they go, the pressure rises because they're expecting more and more and more.
더 실수 없이 하려고
Bigger performances, better songs, all that stuff.
더 무거워진.
It's good nervousness, it's good anxiety. So yeah, to make us be better.
That's right.
I think this is different for everyone. But back then, what was our favorite?
My pace? My pace? Okay. My pace was very dynamic.
Yeah.
Alright, what about now, Changbin?
Now, God's menu.
God's menu.
I agree.
I
agree.
Wait a minute. Back then. Starts workout.
Start working out.
Working out now.
From
now on.
From now on.
We started. And now.
What about now?
Keep working. 꾸준히.
Monthly evaluations are a norm for K-pop companies. Wow. Trainees are the most prepared for debut and actually able to improve over time. That's interesting. I didn't know that was like a thing or whatever. Kind of makes sense, especially starting out. Make sure you're still learning and you're actually trying instead of just, skating along on your success and then maybe you start forgetting things and your dancing doesn't improve or whatever. That kind of makes a lot of sense, actually. And I guess, you know what? I would be willing to bet maybe they don't have evaluations with Western record labels, but I'm assuming they have, I'm assuming they just go by numbers, I'll be honest. They probably just go by, are you selling out? Are your ticket sales improving? How are your numbers? How are your listens and stuff like that? I don't know if they put a huge onus on it. I really don't. But then again, I don't know. But it seems like, K-pop companies put a lot more effort on it, which is good. I mean, it makes the performances more interesting, right? Huge investment they put. Yeah, absolutely. Marketing, all that stuff.
기준이 좀 해. 마! 왜 이렇게 끈기가 없어?
Well, the biggest difference between now and back then we didn't even have the name Stay.
All right, yeah, that's right.
And now we have a big family.
Yeah,
really
one big family.
Yeah, so we have people that we can rely on. We have people that can rely on us, and I think it's a really beautiful connection that we have. So thank you, Stay.
Love Stay. Do you guys know 박영규 선배님?
Oh, I think I've heard of it.
천년이라도 난 너를 잊을
They're for trainees.
수 없어. 사랑했기 때문에.
And what about now? Like, if you could go to Noraebang, what about now?
소리꾼. 소리꾼. 소리꾼.
Yeah. All right. Next one. Back then, I think everyone.
Actually, that's a really good point. I think they would, because I'm assuming most of them are in a group, I'm assuming most of them would feel like peer pressure and kind of keep each other in check, if you will. Like, hey, I noticed you haven't been practicing enough or whatever. Like, I'm assuming they would keep each other, within reason, within check. After debut, it's just numbers. You profit and continue after the 7 years. Right.
Everyone was like, "Oh, who's Stray Kids?" And then now it's like,
"Woo, Stray Kids!"
Yeah, there's a lot of international reactions now. Like there's a lot of music video reactions.
Yeah, there's a lot.
So, that's a really big difference.
Carousel.
Laying down on the bed.
Yeah.
And doing nothing.
Sleep.
Just sleeping.
That was a weirdly meta moment.
Sleep, eat.
Good way to cover. Anyone else?
Back then I was
swimming. Oh,
good. Back then,
now I just
drawing.
Painting.
Yeah,
always
painting.
Yeah.
Back then we listened to music.
Oh.
And now,
very good.
and listen to music too, and see YouTube.
YouTube. Watch YouTube.
Yeah, YouTube.
That's good. That's a really good.
Chan watches a lot of reactions. It's funny.
Because back then we would do this.
Oh yeah.
Stray Kids.
Stray Kids.
Even now we still. So I don't think there's a big difference.
Yeah.
Wow. That's a really hard one.
Back then,
Elevator was great song.
Elevator.
Yeah.
And right now,
God's menu.
God's menu?
Mhm.
How about sorry, not sorry?
Sorry, not sorry. Sorry, not sorry. Sorry, I love you. I like you too because I made it.
But I don't like it.
I love Domino.
Oh, Domino.
Domino is a great song.
Domino is a good
Domino.
song. I like
Domino.
cheese.
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 I think it's different for everyone. Yeah. All right, next one.
It's kind of cool that they all have a different one that they like.
Okay.
Well, we've got Felix doing this one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So you say this?
Yeah.
This is our favorite dance move now.
Now.
I think back then.
yeah.
Oh, dab! Oh my god.
Oh, that's really neat.
Oh, hey. This one.
Oh yeah, this one too.
Hamilton. Yeah. Something like that. Celebrity crush.
I mean, we have a lot of celebrity crushes. We like a lot of people.
Or it can be celebrities we respect.
Yeah, of course.
Back then, I think.
Nah, let's hear the crushes.
I think Drake.
Drake.
Yeah.
Oh, and I really respect him. But now, I mean, I love Ryan.
Oh yeah.
I didn't know anyone back then, but now I can say Andrew Garfield.
Spider-Man.
Well, I haven't seen it yet.
The next one.
All right, next one. Back then.
Andrew Garfield was a good Spider-Man. I will say that.
That was definitely our goal back then.
Oh, we're gonna
Oh,
Yeah.
Our youngest wants that. We gotta give it to him.
Yeah. Stray Kids everywhere all around the world.
How do you think we've changed over the years? Let us know in the comments.
Yeah. For more videos like this, don't forget to subscribe to 17's YouTube channel.
They probably look a little bit older, but it's hard to tell because they still, I don't know how they do it, but it looks like they still have baby faces. That's unbelievable. Their skincare routine must be top notch. Top notch. Go ahead and throw that some love. Link down below in the YouTube description for the original video. Go throw out some love as well. That one's got 1.4 million views. All right, let's pull up some information on Stray Kids. All of this is pretty much hot off the presses. It's all recent news. This was June 18th, so literally published today. Stray Kids releases third Japanese EP, Hollow. That is a wild group image right there. Stray Kids released its third Japanese EP, Hollow, on Wednesday, today, making its first EP in Japan in nearly 3 years since Circus 2022. The album is composed of 5 entirely original Japanese tracks, a first since the group debuted in Japan in 2020. Members Bang Chan, Changbin, and Han, the in-team production trio of Stray Kids, who go by the name Three Racha, wrote and produced all 5 tracks, including the title track, Hollow. Title track blends the word English, or the English word, hollow, and the Korean word hollow, meaning alone. Ooh. Pre-released the single and music video on June 11th, so it's been out for a couple days. Track topped several Japanese charts, including, I'm not even going to attempt that, and iTunes, and ranked number 1 on iTunes overall song charts in 8 countries, including Mexico, Sweden, and Poland. Music video hit number 1 on YouTube's global trending chart and ranked high in countries such as the US, Japan, of course, and Brazil. Album's second track, Parade, was selected as the theme song for the Japanese horror film Body Search, The Last Night, which opens September 5th. So, a couple months. This marks the group's first film soundtrack in Japan. That's impressive. That is impressive. Quote, "I'm happy that the teaser and the song match well," Bang Chan said. "I think it helps build the world of the film. Please give Parade a lot of love." Wow. Interesting. See, now I want to listen to it. I won't show the music video, of course, because that'll get blocked like instantly. But See if we can grab a little bit of it. Definitely getting more and more into Japan's market. That's awesome. I like that. That is catchy. That is so catchy. Oh man, the that is pretty amazing. I love the chorus. Very, very good. Production, perfect. Perfect. Look at the numbers. Japan's a close second. Biggest part of the fandom after the US one. Wow. Okay. That's a good market to enter then. He ripped his pants again? Oh no. He ripped his pants again. Oh my gosh. Stray Kids Sungmin is Burberry's newest brand ambassador. Dude is clenching those feet. Yeah, he is. This just came out or was announced yesterday. 24-year-old K-pop star recently starred in the luxury fashion house's festival campaign. It seems like every time I do a Stray Kids video, there's a new brand deal, which makes sense. There's a lot of members, got a lot of brands, and you can do multiple brands and whatnot. Officially a Burberry brand ambassador. Luxury fashion house announced Tuesday, literally yesterday. Burberry's chief creative officer Daniel Lee extended a warm welcome to the vocalist for the announcement. His passion and sense of style will make working together a lot of fun. Fashion house said in the release that Sungmin's authenticity, self-expression, and innovative nature makes him a good fit for the brand. It's an honor to join the Burberry family, K-pop star said. It's an iconic British band, with a rich heritage, and I love that connection. I'm excited to be a part of its future. The ambassadorship news comes on the heels of the 24-year-old's inclusion in Burberry's festival campaign, alongside some other folks. Cara Delevingne, I recognize that name. Alexa Chung. Campaign's message was told through the lens of 1990s Britain and the cultural movement of Cool Britannia, according to the house's website. Sungmin himself is no stranger to festivals, having headlined multiple with Stray Kids, including Lollapalooza and BST Hyde Park. Well, there you go. There's the classic Burberry tartan. Vocalist of the 8-member K-pop group Stray Kids. Of course, we've gone through this. We know how many there are. Top the charts, absolutely. Most recent release, Hop, earned them the distinction of being the first artist to have their first 6 charting albums debut at #1, according to Billboard. Currently in the midst of their Dominate World Tour, which landed in LA on May 31st and June 1st, with 2 sold-out shows at the SoFi Stadium, which is a football stadium, very large. Nice. Very nice. Stray Kids light the Empire State Building in honor of the healing power of music. This was posted yesterday. Very cool. Boy, that's a big switch for that lighting ceremony. Empire State Building in Chicago, by the way. Stray Kids and musicians on call. I'm assuming that's some sort of group or movement. Celebrated the healing power of music on Monday by lighting the Empire State Building to spread awareness of the hope and joy it brings. This was out of nowhere. Sorry, but the height difference is wild. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. That is wild. Oh, wow. That is a good call out right there. That is a good call out. Stray Kids are living proof of the power of music to transcend language barriers and provide a sense of comfort for fans, as music has served as a beacon of hope for themselves and their fans, known as Stay. Stray Kids wanted to give back by teaming up with musicians on call in support of the healing power of music. Quote, I'm pleased to welcome you here today as we celebrate the healing power of music. Stray Kids and musicians on call are on a joint mission to spread love through music and bring global awareness to their important work as they provide live and recorded music to the bedsides of patients, family members, caregivers, and healthcare facilities around the country today. Oh, that's nice. As they light the world's most famous building in Burgundy, kind of works with the Burberry, we're reminded of their united mission to bring the world together through the power of music, said SVP, Chief Counsel Real Estate for Empire State Realty Trust. So that's who owns that building, huh? Oh, there you go. Putting it down. And there it is. You can see the color up there. Nice. All 8 members approached the podium. A series of hushed murmurs of excitement overtook the group of fans as they were watching the historic lighting. With bright smiles, the young men waved, humbled by the starstruck attention. Quote, musicians on call brings music to hospitals. We play for patients, for caregivers, for their family members all over the place, and we started here in New York. In the 26 years we've been around, we've played for over 1.2 million people. Did I say Chicago? I meant New York. Chicago is the Sears Tower, I think it was originally called. I don't think it's called that at this point. So it's been an incredible impact, but none of that would be possible if it weren't for incredible artists like Stray Kids who donate their platform and their time to help organizations like ours. That's really cool. That is such a good cause. Oh my gosh. Bang Chan, the group's leader, approached the podium, smiling brightly as he greeted the crowd while acknowledging the momentous occasion for Stray Kids. He also added that music has been their source of strength and that he strives to pour the very same love for the fans' support into the music. That's cool. Obviously, they're up top. Quite the view. Quite the view. Quote, this is Bang Chan. I'd like to thank the Empire State Building and musicians on call for this really great big chance. It's a really big honor, and because music is definitely a universal language, and for our music to be out there giving strength to people who are in need, that's all that matters to us. With a roar of cheers, Stray Kids gathered around the iconic light switch and lit the Empire State Building in a beautiful shade of burgundy as Frank Sinatra's New York, New York played. After the lighting ceremony, Stray Kids trekked to the top of the world's most famous tourist attraction. Is it? Where despite the opaque fog, that's quite a claim. They proudly looked at the city skyline. Their motto, Stray Kids Everywhere, All Around the World, aptly describes their impact and global reach. when their music transcends language barriers, embraces diversity. In addition to celebrating the power of music, Stray Kids is also in the middle of their tour. Of course, we've gone over that. They'll be performing, tonight and tomorrow at Citi Field. There you go. So they're in New York. Makes sense, right? That's beautiful. That looks very nice. That's a great photo op. Dang. Very, very cool. Very neat. I think it's the Eiffel Tower. I don't think that's the actual footage of the tower being lit in burgundy. It's probably not. It looks like a screen, doesn't it? Oh, yeah. There's kind of like a reflection down here by their feet. It's probably just a big curved monitor. Because obviously they're in the building, right? Unless the Switch is in a totally different building, which I guess could be the case. But yeah, no. This is not one big window here. That would be kind of interesting. That would be really cool if it was in like a building adjacent to it, and that was just one big window going up. That would be fascinating. Huh. Very interesting. So there's some topical information. They're in New York. They lit the Empire State Building. Sungmin signed up for Burberry and is now rocking Burberry. And Bang Chan ripped his pants. So there you go. From the air pics I've seen, it's way pinker and the whole top is lit up. That's nice. That's very cool. I had no idea what Musicians on Call was. It seems like a very nice organization. Obviously, in a time of distress and need, any kind of out. Okay, I've been in a hospital a lot growing up. It's just part of my family's history. It's very depressing in there. Like, it's sterile and it's got that like sterile smell to it, like just cleaner everywhere, and it's kind of like abrasive. It's super depressing. It's usually not very good looking on the inside. It's all very stale and white and beige and all that kind of stuff. So any sort of outside presence of, a TV in the corner or, some sort of normalcy in the situation is greatly appreciated. So this Musicians on Call, live music, whatever, very cool. Very, very cool. So it's a great mission and sounds awesome. Sounds very cool. Sounds like a pretty good fundraising opportunity too. So if I ever do a fundraiser, it might be that, or it might be something else. But it seems like a very good cause to me, just off of learning about it. Obviously, you have to check those kind of things because sometimes they're a little, I'm not saying they are, but sometimes some of those fundraisers are a little shady. Some live music would light up your mood so much. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Any sort of outside world while you're in that world, whether you're fighting for your life or you're nervous about something or, it's not looking good, or maybe it's just kind of a quick procedure, even if it's that. Any sort of outside world in the inside of a hospital is welcomed. A little reprieve, if you will. All right, let's jump into the next one. So we're going on to The Walking Dead. And then we'll be back at Smosh, and then we'll be back with Stray Kids. So we're just kind of mixing it up a little bit. Give you something new, something different, instead of, just hitting you with the same topics in a row. So let's go ahead and bring up Richonne, or Rick and Michonne, if you will. This one is entitled Pieces, and it is a blend between The Walking Dead and The Ones Who Lived, the subsequent show. So let's go ahead and bring that up and jump in.
all the time. And about the living, who I lost. I think about them all every day.
Everybody we ever loved.
Their faces, what I learned from them, how they made me who I am.
Your phone, you know what it says? The Japanese? Believe a little bit longer.
Do it. I love you so much. I love you so, so much. Do you mind if I just...
I don't mind.
She's not gone, just a little.
We're okay.
We want to be there when you find Rick.
No, you should go.
We're gonna be separated, but I'll find you as soon as it's safe.
Thinking about killing me.
I will. But not today. I'm going home. Or I'm dying. That's it.
We found you.
Now I'm looking for him.
She found you. If anyone could, she could. We can go home.
I'm not coming. And if you don't go, you'll never get away. And we both die here.
You won't come home with me? To your life?
Kids? I don't want to do this. I have to.
I had that moment of, wow, that's gory. And I'm like, oh yeah, they're zombies. It's not as bad, right? You have to go for the head.
You're lying. You'll see it, and it'll be too late.
The only way you get away is that someone is here making sure. It's taken me years to know I can't go. I said that if you love me, you'd go. It's over. Everything we had is broken. You hear me?
Oh, this is who you are now. Big guy.
Prepare to engage.
To be fair, everything was broken a long time ago.
What? I just told you you have a son. I don't know who you are anymore.
I'm trying to keep you and them alive. You need to give it to me.
This hope that you have in the CRM, sacrificing yourself, it's not real. We, your family, are real. I'm real. What did they do to you? Rick?
Carl.
I lost him again.
Let me ask you a question, Grimes. Who's the person closest to you who's died in all this?
My son.
Dang. Don't let Judith hear that.
I have been sleeping. This broken world, Richonne. And you're the only thing that puts it back together. Till my last breath, I am yours. Are we crazy?
Certified. The dead world, love is dead. Love doesn't die.
No! I lost myself. My wife is my choice. My daughter. My life is my choice. You think I went what I went through? What I did would do anyone. Choose anything for me. You wear the sword that kills.
So that explains the handless Rick comments. I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of funny to me to see all this violence in kind of like a pairing romance video. It's just something you don't often see. Like, there's no videos of, you know, nailing, killing zombies or anything like that, so it's just kind of interesting.
just want to go back.
Mom's gonna be Dad, and we're gonna be together. We're all gonna be together. I knew you'd come back.
How?
I believed.
Oh, is that not a sweet moment? All the death and destruction. Totally worth it. Beautifully done. Beautiful edit. Great song choice. This was posted a year ago. Editor said, when I listened to the song, I did think it was very fitting for Rick and Michonne. The Ones Who Live was an incredible thrill ride from start to finish. It was so good to see Richonne back in action after all these years of wait. I'm definitely happy with the ending we got to see for them. If this is the end, which I don't think it will be. Very, very nice. Song was Pieces by Red. Pieces by Red. Link down below in the YouTube description, video description for the original video. Go throw it some love and also check out the channel of the editor. They might have other videos that might interest you, and maybe if they interest you, you can request them to be on stream. I'll post that in the Twitch chat. There you go. For those of you watching live, let's pull up some information on Richonne, Rick, and Michonne. 10 essential, Richonne episodes. Rick and Michonne aren't just the ones who live. Together, they're Richonne. Through their relationship never turned romantic in the comic books, the coupling of Rick Grimes and Michonne on the TV series outlived The Walking Dead itself. Indomitable love story spawned the new spin-off series, The Ones Who Live. And it all started with baby formula. That's true. I forgot about that. The episode Hounded aired midway through their third season in 2012 and was the first time Rick and Michonne set eyes on each other. I believe they were at the prison, right? I never thanked you for getting me out of there that day, taking me in, Michonne later told him. After she arrived at the prison with the formula that Glenn and Maggie, scavenged for baby Judith. If you didn't have that baby formula, Rick replied, I wouldn't have. I mean, yeah. At that point, he was just in protect everybody and strangers be damned, basically. When Michonne countered that, Rick could have just taken the formula and left the katana-wielding woman outside the prison gates. Rick said, it must have been something else then. It was Rick's son, Carl, who made the call. He said, you belonged here, you're one of us. That's great. Season 3, Episode 12. Good God. Look at this. It was a simpler time back then at the prison. After refusing the governor's offer to hand over Michonne, wait, that is the governor's area, to avoid a war with Woodbury, that's the name of it, Rick returned to King County with Carl, and Michonne in search of weapons. We got common interests. For right now, we have the same problems. Rick told Carl for bringing Michonne along. So maybe we can work on them together. Booby Trap Town. Yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. Carl warmed to Michonne when she helped him retrieve a Grimes family photo for his baby sister from inside a zombie-filled restaurant. Season 5, Episode 15. Yikes. Rick's going a little mental here. When the group arrived at the walled-off Alexandria safe zone, community leader Deanna deputized Rick and Michonne as uniformed constables. As the hardened survivors assimilated into civilization, Michonne relinquished her sword, but Rick, still in survival mode, upheld his primal urges. If you don't fight, you die, he said of the Alexandrians and their inability to survive. We know what needs to be done, and we do it. We're the ones who live. Hello. A ranting Rick told Deanna after a bloody brawl with domestic abuser Pete Anderson spilled over into the streets. Your way is going to destroy this place. It's going to get people killed. It's already gotten people killed. And I'm not going to stand by and just let it happen. If you don't fight, you die. I'm not going to stand by. And then Michonne knocked Rick out cold. Dang. He was right, though. He was right. That's survival mode. That'll keep you alive. Season 6, episode 10. I never saw past 5, I don't think. They're all your people, Rick. A dying Deanna told Rick in start to finish, reminding him you're one of us. Rick's group and the Alexandrians finally united as one when the living banded together to fight off an invading Walker horde. Rick committed himself to rebuilding Alexandria and leading them into the new world that Deanna had envisioned. After Rick and Daryl, Norman Reedus, encountered the wily Jesus during a scavenger run, or Jesus, Rick returned home empty-handed, except for a roll of mints. Substitute for the spearmint and baking soda toothpaste Michonne requested. They sank into the couch and then into each other, holding hands and kissing before the episode ended. Season 7, episode 8. New World came crashing down when Negan, Jeffrey Dean Morgan, bashed in the heads of Glenn and Abraham with a barbed wire covered baseball bat. Rip Glenn. I remember a lot of people being turned off as soon as Glenn died. They're like, oh, and I'm done. I remember that being a thing. Negan's reign was short-lived. It was Michonne who convinced Rick to rise up and fight the Saviors. We're still alive, Rick. So much has happened, so much that we shouldn't have lived through. In spite of it, maybe because of it, we did. We're still here, the two of us. We're still standing, and we're going to keep standing. So what do we do with that? How do we make that mean something? We're the ones who get things done. You said that. We're the ones who live. That's why we have to fight. Not for us, but for Judith, for Carl, for Alexandria, for the Hilltop, for all of us. We can fight them, Rick. We can find a way to beat them. We can do this, but only if we do this. Season 7, episode 12. Having made a deal with Jadis and the Scavengers, Rick and Michonne set out on the road together to find guns for their uprising against Negan and the Saviors. Michonne told Rick it would be up to them to reorder the world and overthrow Negan. Michonne thought she lost Rick when it appeared he was devoured by zombies, but as Rick reminded Michonne in their van before heading home to Alexandria, they're the ones who live. Season 8, episode 9. It's a parent's worst nightmare, death of a child. Rick and Michonne lost their son, Carl, who shot himself before he could succumb to the walker's bite. Oh, yeah. At first I was like, wait, what? And then I read the walker's bite part, and I'm like, oh, yeah, that makes sense. As they grieved him together, Rick vowed to fulfill Carl's dying wish, his dream of a unified, thriving Alexandria. I'm going to make it real, Carl, I promise. I'm going to make it real. Dang. Season 9, episode 1. 18 months after Rick and Michonne jailed Negan to end their all-out war with the Saviors, the Alexandrians ushered in a new beginning with the Hilltop, the Kingdom, and the Sanctuary. Rick made it a priority to fix a zombie-down bridge, linking the communities, while Michonne made it her mission to get the people to agree to a charter. Season 9, episode 5. Maggie and Daryl conspired to assassinate Negan. An injured Rick was left alone to reroute a walker herd away from the communities. Rick led the zombie masses to the bridge, away from his family and friends, and then sacrificed himself by blowing himself up with the herd on the bridge. Or so it seemed. Rick survived and washed up in a riverbank. And that's how he got taken away to the Civic Republic military. Season 9, episode 6. 6 years later, Michonne led Alexandria as the protective mother of her and Rick's children. Michonne and Daryl searched for Rick's body during the season 6-year time skip, but all she found was Rick's Colt Python. She thought he was dead, but Michonne never stopped living. Or looking, honestly. Season 11, episode 24. After all those years gone by, Michonne learned in the season 10 episode What We Became that Rick didn't die on the bridge. Headed north to track him down. Awesome. We're the ones who live. Rick and Michonne doesn't make sense. Ooh, what is this? This is a Reddit post. I know there's some who don't really like it or find that there wasn't enough chemistry between the actors. However, I find this one of the relationships that makes the most sense. They were together way before they decided to sleep together. Rick sees Michonne as a true partner, and she has been a fierce protector of his kids, holding Judith back at the prison, healed Michonne in a way, telling Carl about her baby and her husband and how they died. That was a deep bonding moment for them. It's how they became a family. The only thing I don't like about this storyline is RJ. I believe adding RJ to the story and then have both Rick and Michonne leave and not tell RJ who his dad was a mistake. They kill off Carl, and add on RJ, and he's just there. No legacy passed down. What a waste. Unless we see it now with the new show. Interesting. When they were traveling to Terminus together, it seemed to me like they were forming a family unit. Oh, Terminus. That's what I was thinking of all those years ago. If anything, it seemed like they were holding back because of Carl. So Rick put his focus elsewhere. Yeah, because Judith, or not Judith. Was it Judith? What was the name of the mother? Judy? Can't even remember at this point. Because his wife, I think, just died at the prison, right? So obviously, if that just happened, he's a little worse for wear. It's going to hinder things a little bit in the beginning. The only thing that surprised me was how long it took for them to realize they belonged together, although it showed how much they value their friendship, partnership. Somebody said, it took so long, I waited and hoped, but I never thought it would actually happen. To be fair, he did lose his wife. I mean, that's got to be crushing. I mean, that is a pretty big connection to the old world. RJ was just cousin Olivered into the story to keep a piece of Rick around because apparently Judith wasn't enough, since biologically she's almost definitely Shane's, not Rick's. Oh, that's right. Oh, that's right. And I believe Michonne was Carl's mom before she was Rick's lover. We even see the exact moment Michonne becomes Carl's mom. After he's shot in the eye, Michonne is the last one to leave the infirmary after Denise finished stitching him up. Everybody else grabs their stuff and leaves, but Michonne kisses Carl on the forehead first in case she doesn't come back or if he's not there when she does. Seemed random to me back then. On a rewatch, though, you can clearly see the chemistry, and from a story perspective, Michonne did bond with Carl all the way back in the prison. Lori's the name. Shortly after Lori died. There you go. Which would make an impression on every father in this situation, I think. True. Very true. Especially, you're just completely lost on what to do, and then somebody shows your kid somewhat of a motherly emotion, and then you're just like, oh my God. RJ should not have been added. Rick and Michonne had the perfect family before his departure. Literally adds nothing other than but Rick's bloodline continues. Maybe quit focusing on blood and realize he is Judith's father and Michonne is her mother, so their family line does continue. Interesting. But I do hate how much people sometimes focus on Shane being about the biological father of Judith. Who cares? Well, I mean, people are going to focus on that stuff. If anyone deserves to have their bloodline passed on, it's Rick Grimes. Agreed. That dude went through a lot and did his best to keep a lot of people alive. Even though he kind of lost himself for a little bit there. He went a little off the edge, if you will. I think he still kept other people's priorities before his own, which is wild. So much chemistry between them. I just did a rewatch, and it really struck me how much there was. I'm with you on RJ, though. I feel like the writers just thought it would be extra tragic if Michonne was pregnant when Rick disappeared. I think the chemistry is subjective, of course. Absolutely. I mean, yeah. Obviously, we can tell that from pairings and fandoms and all that stuff. And some people like these two together. Some people like other two together. Some people like this person with that person, but not that person and that person. Like it's clearly subjective. Would have been better if there was no RJ. Michonne abandoning her actual child is pretty unbelievable, and she never returns. As if Judith wasn't just as much of her child. It's quite realistic given it wasn't instant. True. Their bond grew. Pre-apocalypse, no, but after everything, it makes sense. Well, yeah, trauma bonding and all that stuff, but I think they found solace in somebody else caring for other people and wanting the best for other people, and they really brought the best out of each other. Certainly, she was very supportive, trying to bring him back from his craziness and just kind of going over the deep end with trying to save everyone and all that stuff. And then, of course, he really helped her kind of embrace civilization again. Like, she was just in kill mode for the longest time. When she showed up to that prison, it was quite the blossoming of both their characters, I think. Find it weird that people can't see the hints throughout the season. It was obviously we're going to hook up. Yeah. I mean, even back in the prison days, I think there was some resemblance. Am I the only one who never bought the Rick and Michonne romance? Dang, hot take incoming. Personally, so we had one side of it, we're going to get the other. Personally, never once got any hint of them having any feelings or attraction to each other until they made out. I always thought they were friends who had a lot of respect for each other, and she was kind of an older sister figure to Carl, but even after they got together, I still felt it was awkward and forced. See, that's the thing. Some people see her as like a mother figure to Carl. This person sees her as a sister, older sister. So obviously that's going to taint any sort of romantic idea you have. When Rick ripped the throat out of what's-his-name with his teeth after he said he's okay, Michonne said, "I know." He asked how, and she said, "Because I'm okay too." What a scene. That was a crazy moment. I remember seeing that when he ripped the guy's throat out with his teeth, and I was like, boy, Rick has changed. Rick has changed a little bit. Like, it's kind of getting to him, I think. On my millionth rewatch, I really stood out how different the relationship, which wasn't romantic yet, was from his and Lori's. Lori was constantly asking him to give her more communication. Michonne didn't even need Rick to speak to get him. Yeah, I remember that towards the end. And that classic meme of, "What are you thinking about?" And Rick just goes, "Stuff. Things." It's such a classic. Such a great moment between the two. Unspoken bond, basically right after the Morgan episode in season 3. To add this, the first time he ever saw Michonne, she was bringing his newborn baby formula and informing them of Glenn and Maggie being grabbed. Her introduction to Rick was incredibly positive for himself. Definitely saw a potential for a deeper relationship between the two from early on. Best couple relationships in real life are founded on a previous friendship, respect, and a deep care for each other, so the development towards Rick and Michonne as a couple felt extremely organic. I would agree with that. Absolutely agree with that. Felt that way when I watched the first time, but watching again and again and again and again makes perfect sense. Rick and Michonne on the series definitely made sense. Rick had the strongest connection with her in season 3, other than Andrea. They had been eyeing each other since prison time. I'm surprised that people are surprised because it's major obvious for me. I would kind of agree with that. There was some unspokenness between them. It's a media literacy problem. Definitely feels like media illiteracy. Interesting. It's obvious for me. Currently on another rewatch. Just finished season 5. Definitely working their way up towards something for the second half of 4 and most of 5. I knew it was coming the moment their eyes met at the prison gate. Immediately. It was love at first sight. Oh. When I saw Michonne at his bedroom door in that robe during the same episode that Rick didn't put his wedding ring on, I knew it was a matter of time. That's somebody who's paying attention. That's somebody who's really paying attention. Crazy chemistry even at the prison. I don't know what show you all watched. Thought they had great chemistry and it wasn't sudden. Boy, nobody's agreeing with the OP on this one. Not that I can see. Maybe the first watch through it was not as obvious, but watching it again and again, people seem to have been like, oh yeah, I'm seeing signs right and left. Knew from the moment. Not everyone has taste, and that's okay. I'm not seeing a lot of people agree. Wow. It's not surprising. After Rick and Michonne's reunion, where will the Walking Dead universe go next? Following the conclusion of the limited series, The Ones Who Live, the AMC zombie franchise is well positioned for its eventual Avengers Endgame moment. Where they don't live, I guess. Years after his presumed death, Rick Grimes is not the only one, not only alive and well, but fully back in action. By the end of it, the powerhouse duo officially reunited, not just with each other, but with their family and friends, having dismantled the nefarious CRM from the inside. Rick and Michonne earned their way back to the Alexandria safe zone they called home for so many seasons, with Rick reuniting with his daughter for the first time in years and meeting his son RJ for the first time ever. All's well that ends well, right? Just one problem. It ain't over just yet. Oh boy. They've all stopped short of promising another team-up in the future. The way The Ones Who Live ends not just opens up the door for a follow-up, it all but kicks the door clean off the hinges. That's because the Walking Dead universe has a lot of other things going on right now, much of which seems to thread back into the story of Rick Grimes. Let's start locally. The original Walking Dead ended with Alexandria joining up with the Commonwealth, well-supported governing body, now spearheaded by King Ezekiel and Mercer. It's a good thing Rick missed out of this entire era, because in Robert Kirkman and Charlie Adlard's comic books, Sheriff Grimes' time in the Commonwealth is, let's say, unpleasant. Now that he's back, however, there's a sprawling new community waiting for him to explore. That said, Rick learning the Commonwealth feels a good deal less interesting than Rick running into some old friends and foe, doesn't it? Obviously, you have some spin-off shows. Dead City and Daryl Dixon. Both series contain important reasons for a possible Rick and Michonne sighting. Beginning with Dead City, word that Maggie and her son are in danger would be enough to get Grimes' clan rallying the forces. Seeing the current condition of New York City and learning more about the underground war being waged for supremacy over the city would be enough to keep them there for a time. That's not even mentioning the Negan in the room. Jeffrey Dean Morgan's baseball bat wielding antihero was Rick's primary antagonist for Lincoln's final run of the show. They never really had the chance to close their story. Are the wounds still raw? Negan's demonstrated some redemptive qualities, and Rick's own children have soft spots for the former savior, so it's possible RJ and Judith could put in some work towards a healed rift. Interesting. Other option, of course, is for one of the men to kill the other. If anyone's going to take Rick or Negan out, it's going to be, well, them. Either one. RJ and Judith aren't the only folks in Rick's and Michonne's lives who could vouch for Negan these days. It's stretched to call them friends, but in the final round of the show, Daryl and Negan teamed up together on multiple occasions. If Rick and Daryl meet somewhere during an eventual reunion with Negan, the story could get a little more complicated. First, Rick and Daryl have to reunite, which frankly feels like the likeliest next step in the greater Walking Dead universe, at least as it pertains to getting more Grimes on the board. Brothers from another mother, Rick and Daryl have some unfinished business. They're way overdue for a tearful hug. Events in Daryl Dixon already indicate Rick's return happened without Daryl knowing it. Interesting. As Melissa McBride's Carol tries to tell her old friend that he's back during a radio call gone wrong. I love the fact that Carol's still alive, too. That's pretty cool. So of the original group, a decent amount have lived. Decent amount. Obviously, a lot have died, but for anybody to make it out is shocking based on what the heck happened. What's more, Rick has an entire arsenal at his disposal now. He's not in charge of the Civic Republic, but in the final moments of The Ones Who Live, a fleet of aircrafts drop off Rick and Michonne, completely changing the game when it comes to in-universe transportation. With the Civic Republic as an ally, combined with the possible Commonwealth resources, the Alexandria crew's abilities to travel across the Atlantic suddenly opens all the way up. Interesting. So the question I have is there appetite for more? To continue on the world, to bring Rick back? Is there an appetite for it? That is the question. That is the question. Let's go ahead and bring up, what am I looking for right now? I'm looking for, let's see if I can find it really quick. Development crew, that's not what I want. Casting's not what I want. I don't know if I'm going to be able to find it. There we go. Okay. So this is the original Walking Dead. This is what I was looking for. So first aired, last aired, average. Okay. Average viewers. Started at 5 million. Went up to 10 million season 3. 13 million, 14 million. That's a lot. That is a lot. It became super popular. But if you look at the last season, it's quite the drop-off. Averaging 1.69. So it went from 11 in season 7 to 4 to 3 to 1.69. So the question is this. Is there appetite for it? I wonder if I could find... Let's see. I don't know if there's going to be numbers on this, actually. Probably isn't. Premiere episode received 3 million viewers after 3 days of viewing, making it the biggest premiere for a new AMC series since 2018. Series became available on Netflix. Number 2 most watched show. So we don't know, really. Series also ranked at number 8 for a week, January 13 to 19, receiving 2.3 million views, total of 11 million watch hours. So we're still kind of around 3 and 2 million. So it's definitely lost quite a bit of audience from the peak. It's still not bad. It's still multiple millions. But I don't know, is it still going to like bleed viewers and followers and whatnot? So that's kind of the big question there. How much money are they willing to put into a show that's still gets a healthy amount of people? Like 3 million's pretty good, averaging. 2 point something is not terrible, but it's I don't know if it's getting better. That's the problem. I don't think it's going to peak where it was. Like I don't see it going up at all. Maybe if they bring Negan back, or it's like a reunion with Daryl and Rick, and maybe it becomes popular on social media again. Who knows? But it's going to be kind of interesting to see if it ever has any sort of pop, we'll say, like it used to. I don't know. Obviously, there's a lot of room there for future shows, future content. I mean, I love Daryl Dixon. I love Michonne. I love Rick as characters. They're fantastic. I haven't seen that show since probably 15, 16, somewhere around there. So it's been a minute. It has been a minute, and I have not consumed a lot of zombie content since then. So maybe, who knows? Maybe people are itching for it. They're like, hey, time to bring it back. Let's bring it back. Let's go back to the time where zombies were like everything. All the rage. Video games, TV shows, movies. Who knows? Zombies tend to go like this. It's like they're hot and then they're not. So we'll see. Obviously, there's a lot they can do with those characters, but I guess it depends on the numbers. Funding, profits. It's always driven by numbers, right? Let's move on to the next one. We're back to Smosh. Smosh edits to watch when you're alone with a croissant in hand. Interesting title. Is it going to be French accents? What are we getting across with that? That is very interesting. Smosh edits to watch when you're alone with a croissant in hand. I don't even know what to expect with this at all. But let's go ahead and jump in and see what it's about. I just realized I should probably move this over. All right, there we go. That should be better. Continuing on. So we got the Shane thirst trap. Maybe you got a little wine with your croissant.
Russia? Me. Yay. Yay. Yay.
I'm starting to understand why the title is Alone with a croissant in hand. I'm starting to piece it together here.
Getting my crap.
You need to sit. What is going on with you?
Take your time.
Okay.
True, man.
Hold it down and take it if I gave you a chance. Need the reassurance, baby, not a silly romance.
All of Smosh will go to Utah and we're all gonna become straight.
Whoa! Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much.
Like Angela.
Sorry.
Crazy. Oh my God.
Yeah, it's true.
I can't wait to try it. Let this get intertwined. The stars they align. The boy is mine.
He shaves and polygamous husbands. Those poor un-American girls. After school she ran to me.
Oh my God. This is just thirst trap after thirst trap. It's too much, Captain.
Yeah, like I wish I could just like hug people and fix all their problems, but it's just like not possible. But I love everybody and want everybody to be good, you know?
Oh, that one was sweet.
Shining with the sheen of a shotgun. Careless a little if we need some. Show us your eyes, we wanna come. Hanging your jeans with a clothespin. Skin still wet, still on my skin. Mango in your mouth, juice dripping. Shoulder of your shirt sleeve slipping. Christmas Eve.
Oh, it's Daddy's home.
Oh, it's Daddy's home.
Right back to it. Right back to it.
Can't take my eyes off of you.
Very sweet. Very sweet. It was right there in front of everybody's eyes. And a lot of people missed it.
Would you want to go back to my place now that she's gone? I knew this would happen. Angela and I are internally...
Brotherly shove.
That's right, the brotherly shove of comedy.
Fall is here, hear the yell. Back to school, ring the bell. Brand new shoes, walking blues. Climb the fence, books and pens. I can tell that we are gonna be friends.
It's a great song by Jack White.
Wow, I needed that.
I'm tired, Grandpa. That's too damn bad. Keep digging. Digging for thirst traps.
This is not your ordinary sitcom. This is going to be a freaking hellscape. We hired writers to write an entire script, and then we told that script to go fuck itself.
That's funny. That's so funny. The costumes, though.
Blah, blah, blah. Proper name, place name, backstory stuff.
Wow, even Ian.
I wasn't on the boat when all the other drama happened, so...
You got some soft lips and some pearly white. I wanna touch them in the dead of night. Your smile ignites just like a candlelight. Last time I know everything's alright.
So there's no evidence at all?
We have videos that were taken on a graphing calculator.
So aliens are real.
100%.
Taken on a graphing calculator.
close talker, and Amanda will be like, "Your glasses are filthy."
As she's breathing on him.
Yeah.
She's rubbing on him.
Oh my god. I miss her.
Okay.
Sorry for being vulnerable.
Weird, man.
I miss Amanda. She's such a warm presence.
You could tell Shane was like, "Is this a real moment here?"
She looks like an Ava babe. Thanks. Why did I do that? I'm excited for you. We did it. We did it. Thanks. Why did I do that?
Angela's also
I'm
a very
excited
good,
for you.
very good
We did it.
presence.
We did it.
Amanda's a great presence too.
Will you marry me?
I just have a connection with someone else. Chance.
A pop of something.
Should we do red?
That's really good. I'm into it too. How do you feel, Trevor?
I think it's as well.
This is Bob.
Looking for a boyfriend. I see that. Give me time, you know I'm gonna be there. Don't be scared to go, but you trust in me. Can't you see all I really wanna be?
Trevor's been
There's nothing
very
you can
funny
say
on
that
Mythical
I've not already
Kitchen.
said to myself. Try it, mother, father, sister, brother.
I was waiting for the Damien. I was waiting for it. I've seen little snippets of something like this in the previous reactions.
Everyone thinks you're cool right now.
Do I look cool?
You look pretty badass.
Yeah, you look sick.
Don't believe me, just right. Don't believe me, just right.
What the heck is all this?
You said we could do whatever we wanted. Quit the channel.
We're gonna regret this, aren't we?
I can jump over a car!
You know what's really interesting about this, and it's kind of nice to see? Apparently, everybody on Smosh gets thirst trapped. So that's kind of a nice little thing of like everybody gets a little bit of the pie.
Triple double. Was it me? Oh my god, I didn't even wait. Yeah, I didn't even wait. I thought I pressed first.
No, I thought he pointed at you.
You did press first.
Okay.
I thought I pointed at you.
Triple double.
Oh my gosh. I love how I didn't put the title of this video together. Just completely ignorant.
Some friction.
Mom, will you pass the butt stuff? The butter? Butter? Will you pass the butter? I just want some head and butter. Bread! Bread! Bread and butt sex to go with this big
big shaft of meat I'm gonna choke down.
I'm dead.
Now, sissy that wow.
Todd Briack's tradition continues. Taylor has made an appearance.
3, 2, 1.
I definitely feel bad because Courtney is someone who takes tons of like candid photos. She's very good about it because like she takes tons of like candid photos of me. I feel like the majority of photos of me are on Courtney's phone.
Right.
Because I don't even take photos of myself ever.
It's true.
I love to see me from your point of view. I wanna trust me, the way that you trust me, Ooh, 'cause nobody ever loved me like you do. I love to see me from your point of view.
She hit the floor. Next thing you know, shorty got low, 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 low. And then he looks at her and he goes,
What a classic song.
Mexican salsa, yes.
Oh my god. Buff Shane. Buff Shane makes an appearance.
That's what I just said. When you're not here, that's all Shane talks about is you.
Can you confirm or
Are you
deny?
in love with Can You Confirm or Deny?
He's a cool guy. Really quick, and then I kissed him.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Oh my god, people are crying in the room. Oh my god. No, that's not the indie movie. This is the indie movie. Oh, ew.
Classic crash out.
Be the first to die in a horror movie.
I love this.
Boy, they nailed the chemistry of the actors, the members, cast members, I guess you would call them. They nailed it. Like the friendships are all there. They have like, you know, hidden jokes and, you know, the audience is in on a lot of it, of course, but it's just so good. The chemistry, the relationships, it's just, it adds so much to everything they do where, yeah, you could try this certainly with some random people that don't really know each other. And it almost feels like SNL is kind of like that. Like there is a lot of competition. You know, I've heard this in multiple interviews where there's writers and obviously the cast members of SNL also write sketches. And it's just a total competition between, oh, I'm trying to get this sketch out, but they didn't choose it. They chose such and such. And then it becomes like a rivalry. This doesn't appear to have that. This is Smosh is so well gelled. I mean, obviously they probably pitch some bits and stuff like that, but it doesn't seem like it affects them very much because they're just so jovial and happy and like willing to push themselves and push each other and play off each other so well. And it never seems malicious. It never seems vindictive. It's just kind of for the sake of a joke or funny. You can kind of see and feel the chemistry underneath all of that. And it's just really nice. It's really nice. Honestly, at this point, I'm willing to say Smosh is probably better than SNL. I haven't watched SNL in quite a few years because it's gotten not great. If you enjoy it, I'm happy for you. But I just have not been enjoying much of it. Every once in a while, they hit like a home run and it goes viral and people, take notice of it. But I would be willing to bet people could watch a bunch of Smosh videos and more of it hits than misses, which I think is what SNL's kind of going through right now. It's not quite what it used to be. So Smosh is a heck of a thing. I've really enjoyed reacting to these videos and getting to see more of them and learn more about them and all that stuff. They picked the right people. It's unbelievable. Let me throw that some love. Link down below in the YouTube description for the original video. Go ahead and check it out. Also check out the channel. They might have other edits that you might find interesting. And for those watching live, there it is in the chat. Let's go ahead and pull up just a couple articles on Smosh. We already did a couple earlier, but we got two more for this one. Why I love Smosh reads Reddit stories. The hidden benefits of listening to talk shows. This summer, something both inevitable and terrible happened. I ran out of things to listen to. My Discover Weekly on Spotify grew steadily worse. I finished listening to the last audiobook of Harry Potter, and I was fresh out of podcasts. All the while, I was itching for new content to listen to on my Bay Area commute, aka California, by the way. That's when I stumbled across the Smosh Reads Reddit Stories podcast on Spotify. I'm not an avid Reddit reader, but I've come across a few interesting stories here and there, along with plenty of good meme content. Why not? I thought to myself, and pressed play on a classic Am I the A-hole episode. It might be a smidge dramatic to say that my life changed, but I was instantly hooked. There were stories from every niche subreddit on the internet featuring tales that range from wedding disasters to cucumber snacking addiction to cat theft. Each and every episode made me laugh, gasp in shock, critically evaluate what I would do if I was the original poster's shoes. For some context, Smosh is an independent production group, blah, blah, blah. We know this. There's something inherently refreshing about listening to a casual conversation between friends. Each episode of Smosh's Reddit podcast, no matter the co-host, contained a good mix of lighthearted humor, shocked silences, and serious deliberation. Many of the stories that are featured on Smosh contain numerous layers and occasionally unreliable narrators, making each one of the topics complex debate. Listening to Shane Topp and his co-hosts try to reason out each story and approach the post from every direction, even playing the devil's advocate at times, was both enlightening and entertaining. It's rare for me to hear anyone canvas out issues with such empathy and attention to detail. Often I hear people on podcasts arguing a single point of view, refusing to accept alternative perspectives, or remaining hyper-focused on their own beliefs. Smosh is unique because everything is said in a space free of judgment, and every story is given a fair and deliberate hearing. Even when reading and replying to the darkest, strangest stories, Smosh's co-hosts managed to find some light and hilarity amongst it all. I also love that this podcast features 3 co-hosts rather than a typical 1 or 2, and that the production team can even be heard laughing in the back. I love when the people in the back have like a microphone or like a distant microphone and you can pick it up. It's so much funnier. So much funnier. This quality adds more dimension to the listening atmosphere created by the podcast, bringing the audience closer to the conversation. When you, like me, are used to sitting in a car alone and vibing to some music while driving, Smosh is an introduction to a whole new world. It's similar to having a group of friends chilling in the back seat, chatting about stories they've come across online. Various stories are also educational. After listening to a good 10 to 15 episodes, each about an hour long, I received a crash course in some interpersonal communication and conflict resolution. Very interesting. It's true for a lot of podcast listeners out there, and is reflected in a budding field of research about the potential benefits that can be reaped from podcasts. Podcasts have proven to engage our social selves, making us feel more productive and quench our curiosity and thirst for knowledge, according to the NIH. Listening to podcasts is meant to educate and inform just as much as it is to entertain and amuse. Talk shows in particular are exceptional at both. Very interesting. That's a really great review. Dang, if I was them, I'd put that on the main page. I'd put that on the main page. That's glowing. That is an absolute glowing review. Yeah, it's obviously I've listened to podcasts, and I'm sure you have as well. Whether you listen to them actively or you just kind of throw it on in the background, or you watch like the video podcast aspect on YouTube, or I guess Spotify has it as well. There are a lot out there. Some are good. Some are good for a laugh. Some are atrocious. I guess it just depends on what you're looking for. You know, we got obviously like the murder mystery ones. We have, you know, just kind of the general topic ones. We have the Friends ones. We have like certain niche ones. Like back in the day when Game of Thrones was airing, I used to listen to, I think it was Talk the Thrones podcast. And it was all about like going over the previous episode that just aired. And they had 3 people that had read all the books and were super knowledgeable. And it would help kind of like guide you through it. So if you're watching and you were kind of lost, it would kind of guide you in the right way. And this is what happened. This is what's happening that you don't see that's in the books. Like, it was totally fascinating. Totally fascinating. And then sometimes you just want to listen to a couple people just yammer about whatever. And that can be fun and interesting too. I started this quote unquote online presence with a podcast with a coworker. I thought it was pretty interesting. It was basically just us two learning about each other. It was almost like you were listening to the start of a friendship. It was very interesting. I thought it was an interesting angle, kind of going over some history and what's life like where we live and how we work and all that kind of stuff and what we like to do for fun, or maybe it's a topic of the day kind of thing. I thought it was kind of interesting. We did about 40, I think it was like 48 episodes or something like that. And then transformed into this channel. But it was very interesting. It kind of got me familiar with videography and audio quality and all that stuff. So it was a great launching point into what this is. So it was very cool. I look back on it fondly. I wish it was a little bit more successful, but it is what it is. I mean, there's thousands of podcasts, and so many of them are going to fail or not really accomplish much. But I take a lot away from it. Obviously, I'm still applying it to today, which is awesome. Got me comfortable, talking in front of a camera. I've been in front of a camera before, but this is just a totally different experience. Like, there's no lines that I'm memorizing. I'm just talking to you off the top of my head, which is a whole different can of worms. And then, of course, you add the live element, and that's a whole other can of worms. But it was a good experience. I'm glad people are finding, Smosh's podcast interesting. Smosh Mouth, I guess it's called. The Fitzgerald Scale, 5 of Mike's favorite Smosh try not to laugh characters' gags. Okay, so this guy's name is Fitzgerald. I've become a pretty big fan of Smosh's 3 YouTube channels. Smosh, Smosh Pit, and Smosh Games in recent months, with one of my favorite recurring series being the Try Not to Laugh Challenge. The series sees one or more of the cast sit in a chair whilst others try and make them laugh. It's a very popular series. It's very funny. Very funny from what I've seen. 81 episodes posted as of the writing of this feature. Certain recurring Smosh characters have either debuted in the TNTL videos or have jumped over from other parts of the Smosh community in order to draw a laugh. Today, in no particular order, I'll be looking at 5 of my personal favorites. Boneless. Up first, we've got Boneless, a survivor of an apocalyptic event who now wanders through the wastelands with their crab claws, pondering if the nuclear rain tastes like cinnamon. Portrayed by Courtney, Boneless remains an enduring and popular character due to just how thoroughly odd they are. Whether it's the weird gravelly voice, the fact the character always pauses for an inordinate amount of time after saying their name, hence the ellipses. Boneless never fails to draw a smile from me and has claimed many a laughing victim over the years on TNTL. I've never bought a Fallout game in my life, but if you gave me this character as a cameo in the next one, I think I'd consider doing it. I played Fallout 3. Loved it. Thought it was interesting. Not a huge fan of role-playing games or like turn-based, so that was not ideal. I did not like the combat system, but other than that, I thought it was pretty interesting. The story was interesting. Obviously, the vault and whatnot, and being out, trying to not take in radiation from eating stuff, and I thought it was fascinating. Best of Burger Man. The Burger Man comes to us courtesy of Damien, thoroughly entertaining man who has portrayed an all-star team of characters over the years. Burger Man combines 2 of Damien's best attributes, his ability to do a number of voices, accent, and his penchant to come from way out of left field with some of his joke character ideas. Concept of the Burger Man's pretty straightforward. He reads known copyrighted poetry in a weird voice whilst claiming that he wrote it himself. What makes it so gosh darn funny is the way Damien performs the whole thing, with his mixture of voice work and facial expressions being absolutely on point. Trust me, if you're taking part in TNTL, then the Burger Man is one-way ticket to Laughsville. That sounds funny. Mental illness. The topic of mental illness normally isn't one you can derive much comedy from, for obvious reasons, but I'll be darned if Tommy Bones doesn't manage it with his character. Sporting a frankly ludicrous outfit and vaguely quasi-European accent, that is a wild outfit. Shane looks startled just from the outfit alone. Tommy's absurd character manages to get the balance right between still being funny whilst also not poking direct fun at anybody, which is not an easy thing to do. It helps if you happen to be really talented and funny already, though. This is one of those try not to laugh characters that skirts the line but manages to land on the right side of acceptable when all was said and done, whilst also being hilarious to boot. Oh, God. Oh, my God. That image alone is hilarious. The Weary Traveler, the Dumpster Wizard. So, looking to write an article about TNTL characters, eh? The Dumpster Wizard has actually shown up in other parts of the Smosh universe, with Shane Top sporting a hat, wig, flute pipe, and old-timer voice to create an unforgettable character. Top is probably the best overall performer of the Smosh crew. That's not surprising. With the Dumpster Wizard putting those acting muscles to good use every time he's on screen, Top's ability to portray a frail, crazed old man is super impressive. Now imagine Shane as an old man. And the character is a formidable one on TNTL to come against. You ever been with? Jacqueline is one of the newer members of the Smosh crew. She's quickly become exceedingly popular due to her combination of talent and likability. Recurring gag is also very simple, yet ultimately effective due to just how Jacqueline nails the delivery each time. It's not only stood the test of time, but also one that other Smosh cast members have lifted to use themselves, which makes that's the ultimate compliment, indeed. Urban Dictionary defines the Fitzgerald scale as a scale used to measure the awkwardness of a situation. Fitzgerald scale is divided into 10 subunits called Geralds, Each Gerald is in turn divided to 10 sub-Geralds, which gives 100 possible levels of awkwardness. Well, some days and some moments, I'm sure we hit all those possible levels. And then we think about them at 3 a.m. when we're trying to go to sleep. 1 Gerald is a commonly awkward level, where a 10 Gerald situation would be a scarring event. Like I said, think about it at 3 a.m. Example. Man, the atmosphere of that party was off the Fitzgerald scale when we decided to leave. All right, let me check to make sure that was it. Very interesting. I've definitely seen, I don't know if I've seen much of the Weary Traveler. I'm trying to think. I haven't seen Mental Illness. I don't know if I've seen The Burger Man yet. Boneless, I think I've seen. I think I've seen Boneless before. So I haven't seen a lot of these. So maybe in the future, that might be some reaction content you want to request. That'd be kind of cool. Very funny. Very, very funny indeed. Amazing. Boy, that was a lot of thirst traps. Now I understand the title, and we all do. We learned that together. Alone with a croissant in hand. It's making a lot more sense now. How did I not see that? Ay. All right, let's move on to the final video of Wednesday. Let's go ahead and check it out. It is Stray Kids Maniac. Stray Kids Maniac. Let's go ahead and bring that up and jump in. There it is. Boom. All right, let's go.
썸네일에 의한, 썸네일을 위한, 썸네일 쟁탈전. 자, 인사드리겠습니다. 하나, 둘, 셋. 안녕하세요, 스트레이키즈입니다.
That was wildly coordinated. Oh.
점수를 합산하실 때 가장 높은 점수를 자랑 두 명이 추첨을 해주신 썸네일에 주인공이 그럼 준비됐으면 게임하러 가볼까요? 네!
Why do I think someone's going to totally miss it?
한번 시작해 볼까요? 네. 자, 여기 보시면 여기 정말 많은 점수들이 있는데요. 여기 쫙 점수가 하나 있어요. 이 325점인데. 어디요? 아, 여기 있다. 잘 본다. 5점인데. 어디요? 아, 여기 있다. 잘 본다. 와, 진짜 잘한데? 시력이 마이너스 325 되나 봐요. 마이너스 325 정도. 아, 저 거의 불가능하다. 그러니까 저희 거미를 찍으면 마이너스 325라는 거죠. 네, 거미 찍으면 마이너스 325고. 일단 근데 위에 제목이 마음에 들어요. 스키즈 배 핑핑 돌아버리겠네. 스키즈 배 핑핑 돌아버리겠네. 핑핑 배가 핑 들어버리겠네. 아니 나 핑핑 돌아버리겠네. 자, 그러면 순서 어떻게 할까요? 누구부터 할래요? 순서는 라인업부터 할까요? 아, 라인업이 아니잖아요. 그러면 순서 줄 선세로. 쿠키 제일 작은 손부터 할게요. 네. 코끼리 코 이거였지? 응. 아니 코끼리 코 이건데? 편한 대로.
What's up? What's up?
편한 대로. 너구리 코 아니야?
Happy Wednesday.
조심할게요. 옆에 사람들. 여기 넣으면 돼.
I do game reactions. These reactions are all member requested off of toddreacts.com. I've done a couple Nakey Jakey videos. Pretty cool.
잉크가 번져가지고 들어갔는데 이거 어떻게 판단해야 되죠? 이게
You would have to be a member of toddreacts.com.
이게 보면은 한 4분의 1이 325예요.
So if you do become a member, you can absolutely request it in the Discord.
다 325 찍으면 어떻게 컷하실 거예요, 선배님? 근데 그런 일이 따라가 이렇게 되는 건가? 아, 그럴 일이 없어요. 아, 그래요? 그런 일이 없겠죠? 저 어지럼 진짜 잘 타거든요. 아, 진짜요? 와. 다 다음에 이거 찍으면 돼.
I wonder if anybody's gonna get a bullseye.
자, 시작. 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱.
He's having trouble even spinning, which is not a good start. Oh man.
되게 신기한다.
Got the spider.
아이고, 마이너스 325를 진짜로. 헌진이는 반짝. 자, 가볼게요, 승민 씨. 자, 콧구멍에 손가락 넣지 마시고요. 원래 이렇게 하는 거 아니에요? 왜 이렇게 하고 살짝 숙이는 게 맞긴 해. 코를 잡아주세요. 이렇게 가야 돼. 오케이. 바닥을 시작할게요. 손가락 레빙하는 왜 들어가 있는 시작. 자, 0.5키. 둘, 셋, 다섯.
Why is his fingers in his nostrils? What is going on there?
다리를 해가지고.
Is everybody just drawn to the spider?
25점 해드릴게요. 다리는 마이너스 25점.
I guess it's like the first thing they see and they just go towards it.
320으로 마이너스 320으로 갈게요. 자, 바로 여기서 갈게요. 자, 준비 시작. 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 올려드려요. 다섯, 여섯, 너무 느려. 일곱, 여덟, 왜 이래? 야 이거 찍는 게 왜 그러지? 자, 우리 수민이가 거미를 되게 좋아해요. 325.
It's like he was fencing.
이게 마이너스 950이에요. 오 형. 오.
He had the on guard pose.
너무 쉽잖아. 너무 쉽잖아. 그럼 4 더하기 3은? 4 더하기 3은 7이지. 1 더하기 1은 2. 에이, 1 더하기 1은 귀요미. 네. 잠깐만요. 기대한다. 간다. 저 팔 봐. 우와, 안 덮이는 거. 저 팔 봐. 우와, 안 덮이는 거 봐. 자, 숙여서 바로 가겠습니다. 자, 준비 시작. 하나, 오, 빨라요. 셋, 넷, 어디 갔어? 일곱, 좀 위험한데요?
The blink.
오케이, 11점. 그렇게 가만히 11점이네요. 자, 일단 11점.
He walked up to that board like he was wasted.
안 돼. 자, 시작. 시작. 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 여덟. 오케이. 12점. 그 23점. 자, 이제 리더십 가볼게요. 준비 시작. 하나,
I just realized I should have this definitely shrunken up so we could actually see it. My bad. There we go.
당당한 모델 워킹으로 찾지 마세요.
Well, I could see it. Now I want you to see it too.
일단 먼저 찍은 게 13이거든요. 13이요. 네, 13으로 갈게요. 바로 찍어. 가자마자 바로 찍어버려야 돼요.
오케이, 이러고 갑니다 그럼.
네. 그래. 자, 준비.
잠깐만.
맞아. 오, 까먹었어요. 그거. 렉 걸렸어. 방금 몇 초 했다고? 자, 갈게요. 자, 준비 시작. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 하나. 자, 바로 갑니다. 따라라따. 잠시만요. 78.
야, 진짜 애매하다 이거.
팔로 할게요. 8.
아유 감사합니다.
그러면 이제 21점. 21점. 21점을 21점이 있으면 21점을 21점이 있으면 야, 뭐야? 위보 가면 진짜 어지러워. 자, 이제부터 위보 가자. 우와, 진짜 어지러워. 자, 준비 시작. 하나, 조심해. 셋, 넷, 다섯.
I wonder if it's better to look up or down. Or does it help either way?
어디로 가죠? 엄청 좀. 자, 바로 또 갈게요. 자, 준비. 시. 야, 이해리 팔 봐라.
아니 그냥.
셋. 실수로 배. 귀여워.
See-through belly.
뭔 짓이냐? 야!
No doubt our youngest.
거기서 의미 없는 숫자가 없어 이해나.
그래. 자, 숫자가 믹스 가볼게요. 믹스 편한 대로. 자, 숫자가 믹스 가볼게요. 믹스 편한 대로. 거의 두 바퀴만 돌아도 돼요, 사실은. 자, 준비 시작. 하나, 3, 2, 5, 8, 1, 2, 8. 갑시다.
That laugh.
눈 뜨고 돌게요. 눈 뜨고 정신 차려. 준비 시작. 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯. 어떻게 머릿속이에요? 여덟. 자, 갈게요. 오. 천천히. 차근차근. 좋아요. 1번. 오케이.
That was better. That was better.
이제 맞으면 나인가. 진짜
아, 홀수는 밑에 보고 하고 짝수는 위에 보고 해.
나뭐 무수야? 그러니까 이렇게 그러니까 홀수 짝수야. 아니 오늘 배가 되게 올챙이 돼서 귀엽다.
What is that shirt?
귀엽다. 아니야 좀 이따 그릴 거야. 모자이크 해주세요. 모자이크 그릴 거예요. 여기다 초콜릿 하나.
It's blurred.
썸네일인데 여기 있는데 초콜릿에서 합성하는 거야. 야 썸네일이다. 하나. 이거 두 번 가자 두 번.
I love how they have no problem ripping each other apart. It's all in good fun, but man, that's funny.
자 준비 시작. 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱. 자 갑시다.
한입 배꼽에 얼굴 합성하자.
나쁘지 않아. 내 배 합성돼서. 배꼽에 합성돼서. 여기서 꼴찌되는 사람 합성되기 내 배. 아니면. 되게. 야 나쁘지 않아. 아니야. 야 배 합성하자. 오케이 간다. 준비 시작. 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 여섯,
3, 4, 6.
야, 이거 방금 태어나서 소화해진 줄 알았지. 소화해진 줄 알았어.
우와 이행이랑 한다. 1점 차이로 넣어. 치열했다.
아니 배에다가 초콜릿 8개 이렇게 해서 우리 8명. 하나, 둘, 셋. 아니면 에이백. 하니까 미소를 짓는 거예요. 앞니에다가 명령. 앞니에 명령. 뭐 살짝 지금. 배에만 합성돼. 나 방금 네 앞니 딱 8개 보였어. 앞니에 들어가고 싶어요.
오케이.
자,
시작. 0.5.
Oh gosh, this is gonna be bad.
2, 4, 3, 2, 1. 8.1. 좋아. 좀비. I feel like I'm 35. 실패. 왜 이거 10점? 오 괜찮아. 역시 확실히 나이를 세월을 무시할 수는 없어요. 어지러움이 좀 과하죠 지금. 10점. 와.
It's like you're older, so you get dizzy a lot, right?
와! 정확하게 16점짜리 있으면 딱 좋은데 그죠? 26 딱 칠 수 있잖아. 오케이 목표 점수 16점 26 갈게요. 의미가 없어. 그래 만 나이로 갈게요. 만 나이로. 자 여기서 만들게요. 16. 26점 딱 찍으시면 딱 26. 오케이 여기다 만들어. 딱 20 되는 거예요. 여기 있으면 16. 여기 볼게요. 16. 좋아. 딱 저거 찍으시면 돼요. 16. 딱 26 채울 수 있어요. 네. 형 이거 채우면 형 썸네일 하게 해드릴게요.
해볼게요. 16점 찍으면 16 찍어서 26 만들면 저희가 썸네일 드립니다. 26 가자. 썸네일 그 한이 배꼽에다 드립니다. 자, 바퀴. 야, 내 배꼽. 20 바퀴 시작. 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 여덟, 아홉, 열하나. 바로 가셔야 돼. 바로 가셔야 돼. 우와. 26세. 26세. 26세.
He tried so hard on that one.
제가 JYP에 들어왔을 때 16살이었지만
He's spinning way too fast, right?
15살이었어? 자, 됐지? 26세. 오케이.
I don't know how to feel about 26 being the old age. You get dizzy a lot, right? Because you're so old.
자, 그럼 했네. 오케이. 자, 게임이 끝났네요. 와. 재밌었죠? 너무 재밌었습니다. 자, 그럼 썸네일의 주인공은 과연 누구죠? 누구? 하나가 있어. 반대에서 끝난 거예요. 짜란. 네, 아닙니다.
네, 썸네일의 주인공이 되셨는데 어때요?
They've been calling him old since 22.
제일 기대되는 게 이분이에요. 제 배.
That's funny.
코팅이 될 분.
그쪽에 배꼽에 들어가. 파란 배꼽.
내 리더가 내 배에서 나왔습니다. 제 배에서 리더를 키우고 있습니다. 블루베리야, 블루베리.
이 영상을 보시지 않고
머리도 파래.
이 영상 보시지 않고는 한인 씨의 배꼽을 보고서 왜 블루베리를 줬다는 거지? 생각할 수 있을 것 같아요.
아니 근데 우리 옛날에 승리회 때 난 진짜 몰랐거든. 자세히 보니까 이제
맞아요.
보이더라고.
제가 깜짝 놀랐습니다. 공공 속에 저희의 그 얼굴이. 맞아.
형 여기서 한 번만.
The fact that they're still going on about this is amazing.
그 표정은 너의 선택으로 해. 제일 화난 표정. 화난 표정. 화난 표정. 미소. 그치. 이거 꼭 캡처해서 꼭 해주세요. 유나미디. 오케이. 캡처. 귀엽다. 오케이.
Oh my gosh.
몇 개였어? 이게 몇 개였어?
25개 정도?
왜 만들어서도.
25 going on 80.
좋습니다. 그래서 스트레이키즈의 폭발적 에너지가 돋보이는 매니아 무대는 어디서 볼 수 있죠? 바로 엠카운타운!
네, 스키즈할 예정이니 목요일 저녁 6시 엠카로 달려!
저희가 시뮬레이션 다 해봤거든요.
아, 그래요?
근데 그렇게 바로 찍으신 분들 처음이에요.
제가 평소에 항상 폰을 연습을 하기 때문에 어지러움은 딱히 그게 없어요.
Yeah, that was all for show. They don't get dizzy.
완전 오랜 매니아 여기를 누르면 스트레이키즈의 매니아 무대를 볼 수 있습니다. 클릭
The- I was about to say, how long are they going to keep doing that? It's like, should we keep going? And the person behind the camera is just like, keep going. Like that video. That was amazing. Chaotic, as always. I love the fact that they would not let that belly button go. They were on that. As soon as it happened, it just completely took over. That's so funny. Link down below in the YouTube video description for the original video. Go throw it some much deserved love. I'll throw it here in the live chat for those of you watching live. There you are. Let's go ahead and pull up some information on Stray Kids. Wait for it. There it is. Empire State Building Instagram update. They made it. Oh, here we go. Boom. Little callback to the building. Oh, yeah, that is lit up a bit more. Yeah, that looks great. That looks really nice. It definitely looks a bit more impressive than the model here. Nice. They made it. Remember They used to dream to have a billboard across New York City. Now they have the whole iconic building lit up for them. That's awesome. That is really cool. Full video on YouTube of the Empire State Building official channel. Chan gives a really great speech. Lee No looks like he's over it. You can see Han just screaming inside to get out of there and away from the journalists taking photos. Honestly, I relate to that. Isn't it because he accidentally pulled his shirt down and flashed his tattoo? You can see him trying to cover it up. Ooh, interesting. Just watched the video on YouTube. They're all so cute. The way they literally act like stray kids, and they're all the same height. Well deserved. So happy for them. Love Chan's speech. Just watched the video. The first thing I thought was, oh my God, but Lee No has a fear of heights. But then I watched the video and he didn't go to the top with the other members. Ooh. Okay. Honestly, I can't blame him. Certain things I'm not great at, and heights are not one of them. I'm pretty bad at heights. I went to a racetrack, and they had like a, I don't know what you would call it, but they had like this elevator that would take you to this viewpoint so you could see the whole track basically, and it wasn't for a race or anything like that, so I didn't pay a ton of money to go up there, but I'm assuming that area is like super expensive during an actual race. And they had a glass floor section where you could literally look down and you were probably 8 stories up, and it just freaked me out so bad. Like, it took everything in me to finally get out there and get on the glass. I kept reminding myself, like, this is built to hold people. This is built to hold people. Like, it's not going to crack. You're not going to fall through it. It's going to be fine. And I finally talked myself into it. But boy, that initial moment was rough. I couldn't even step on it. I literally was frozen. Could not move my feet on it. It was crazy. But finally got over that, sort of. Must feel surreal. Hate heights too, yeah. It's brutal. It really is. I think staff signed him that tattoo. Oh, so he started closing his jacket. Gotcha. Getting scared for irrational stuff. Yeah, I don't know what that is, honestly. Some people are like, oh, it's a past life. You know, maybe you fell from a high height or something like that. I don't know. Who knows? Quote, I don't want to live a life that's separate from my music. Stray Kids Sungmin on growth, singing, and stability. From his last journal entry to the songs he's written, everything about Sungmin is intentional. This was posted yesterday. There's a discipline to Sungmin that often goes unnoticed in an industry obsessed with spectacle. As a vocalist of Stray Kids, he's no stranger to stadium roars and streaming milestones. Yet, peel back the layers of his performances, and you'll find an artist who's constantly chiseling away at his craft, not to impress, but to express. In many ways, the newly minted ambassador for Burberry, wow, nice, as we just talked about, stands out precisely because he resists the usual idol playbook. He's not chasing trends or reinventing himself every comeback. Instead, he's focused on sharpening his voice, deepening his expression, building a steady career. It's a kind of ambition that is built on staying power. In today's hyper-accelerated industry, that alone makes him different. Now, with a few years under his belt and an ever-growing fan base watching closely, he's entering a new chapter. What does it mean to sing from experience, to live with intention? Ahead, Sungmin gets real with us about the evolution of his voice, the philosophies that guide him, and why staying grounded might just be his greatest strength. How was the photo shoot today? The weather wasn't great. Sungmin said, I was worried because it rained a lot when I started, but today's photo shoot felt like fate. The weather cleared up amazingly during the day. I love the location that we shot at. Lately, the wallpaper on my phone is exactly this kind of scenic photo. Shows of his phone. It's an image of cows grazing at the foot of the Alps mountains. Now that is peaceful. I was thinking I'd like to lie still in this open space all day long, watching the animals and have a can of beer. Honestly, that sounds amazing. That sounds really nice. I could use that. I could definitely use that. I think we all could. And today, that very same scenery that I love has unfolded before me in a full panoramic view. It's amazing. It was amazing. On top of that, getting to do this with Burberry made it even better. I'm sure it did. I love wearing Burberry's outdoor range of clothing, especially the trench coat. Actually, the first luxury item I bought after debuting was a Burberry card holder. Interesting. Oh, yeah. I mean, that is classic Burberry right there. Oh, and you can see it on the belt, too. You are the main vocalist of Stray Kids. Looking at your work so far, there's a sincerity that comes through from your songs. I heard that you have been taking vocal lessons since your debut. What are you practicing these days? Sungmin said, should I say that I paid for classes when I first learned to sing? If I had a sheet of lyrics in front of me, I would even mark the breathing points, plan out how to sing each section, what emotions to express in that section. That's how I was taught and how I practiced. These days, instead of keeping records like that, I try to interpret the song in my own way based on what I've experienced in life. I think I feel happier when I hear compliments telling me there's something different about you, rather than, oh, you sing well. Yeah, that's kind of interesting. He wants to be more flowy and have himself come across instead of just, this is very technical, here's where I breathe, here's how it's supposed to sound, blah, blah, blah. He's just kind of going with the flow with it. And honestly, that's probably a lot easier for him, maybe, but also more authentic, frankly. There's that Burberry. What is your vocal style? It might sound abstract, but these days what I'm aiming for is this. I want to feel like I'm skipping a small stone, which is the song across the lake of emotions. Wow, that is deep. I want those ripples to continue all the way until the song ends. I hope those gentle ripples are conveyed just as they are to the audience. For this reason, I'm trying to be freer in expressing my emotions than I have done before. If I'm sad, I cry. If I'm angry, I show that anger. I used to be the type to hold everything in. Seeing that there are fans who have noticed it, I think these changes in me are gradually starting to come through in my singing. Oh, interesting. How much do talent and effort contribute to becoming a good singer? I believe it's 10% talent, 90% effort. The more time passes, the more I realize how much a singer's attitude is connected to their singing. When I sing without thinking, I realize that the listener doesn't feel anything either. It's all very deep, philosophical questions right now. I kind of appreciate it. Getting quite a look into his mentality and his way of thinking. Is that who you are as a singer now? 10% talent, 90% effort. Sungmin said, I'd add a bit more. It's almost like 5% talent, 95% effort. That's very humble. I can tell right away if I've skipped practice for a day. When I first joined the band, I wasn't even the main vocalist. Even as a young boy, I don't have memories of myself singing in front of people. Most famous singers have stories of being exceptionally good at singing from a young age, going to auditions, standing out in school talent shows, certainly like church choirs. I'm thinking of like Beyonce and certainly talent shows, rising star kind of shows, reality show kind of things. Or what else am I thinking of? Like performing in front of family and stuff. I mean, that's certainly less pressure, but it's definitely still standing and singing in front of people. But for me, I just love listening to music, and I worked hard because I loved it. That's how I got here. While listening to Muse, I had a dream of singing in a band. And it was through listening to singer-songwriter Kim Raul that I learned what it really means for a song to touch your heart. The great thing about practicing is that there's a sense of pride when you face a wall and overcome it. Can't always get good results every time in live performances, but through practice, you can improve your odds at nailing a performance. That is true. I mean, what if you have a sore throat? What if you've overworked your vocal cords? What if you're out of breath because you haven't been practicing your choreography and then you're struggling to sing and all that stuff? Like, it's difficult to get a consistent performance live every single time. Totally understand that. Muse and Kim, Raul, how analog. Simon said, I am actually pretty slow. I don't have TikTok on my phone. Don't really watch YouTube Shorts either. I prefer old things to new ones. I think the world is moving too fast. We live in an era where you can create something easily without putting your heart into it. Even translation can be done by an instant by AI. That's true. That is absolutely true. It's efficient, of course, but I think I'm looking for authenticity. Because of this, I often get told that I'm like an old soul. Well, what can I do? It's just my preference. I respect it. I respect it. Is the world moving too fast? I think that is yeah, I mean, certainly internet has certainly spawned quite a shift. And with the proliferation of AI, it's just getting faster, like way faster. I mean, I'm sure you've seen the video AI that's been released with voices and video of people, and even the backgrounds are starting to get like good. Like, it's improving so fast. From all those years ago of, those first videos, those first AI videos of Will Smith eating spaghetti, and it's just like, I would call it cursed. Like, it just looks horrendous. And his like mouth is like moving in all different directions. It doesn't fit his face. It's terrible. It's terrifying even. And now it's just almost flawless. Almost flawless. Usually it's the eyes. Sometimes they don't line up right, or there's too many fingers, or the fingers kind of blur because it's a lot of element in a short like space. So sometimes you get like 5 or 6 fingers, and sometimes it's like blurred or whatever. It's like the second thumb. But it's getting better even now. Like, it's crazy. I'm sure you've seen them where it's like a news anchor doing something. It's just like, this is not real. This is AI. And you're looking at it going, you're trying to find like what's wrong with it. And it's harder and harder to see. Like, clearly the world is moving a little fast right now. Clearly. I think that's why a lot of people have gone back into vinyl and records and all that stuff. People are even buying like CDs, like physical copies of media. I totally understand why. It's something you own. It's physical. They can't take it away from you. Most things are streaming, or, if it is something you've bought on Amazon Prime or something like that, it can literally be removed from your library. They can take away your music from your library that you've purchased. Isn't that crazy? So physical media, although it's kind of a bygone era at this point, a lot of people are starting to like think, maybe it wasn't such a bad thing to be able to own, to be able to physically touch, a record or a game or a movie or something like that can't be edited or, removed or taken away from you or anything like that. It's definitely interesting. It's gotten very scary. Yeah, absolutely. Oh my gosh. The video AI at this point is just terrifying to me. It's kind of cool. It's kind of cool in a lot of ways, because I saw some funny ones where it was like a Star Wars it was like a Star Wars based thing, and they were showing you around like a planet, and one of them is like a Bigfoot going around like the Earth, just, vlogging basically. It's so funny, but it's also terrifying. The CIA or FBI, forgot which one, signing a $200 million deal with OpenAI doesn't make me confident in everything they'll put out anymore. Yeah. It's a little terrifying what's going on and what can be done. And I almost feel like anything AI should have to have like a disclaimer on it or something. Like, how, I don't know if you've ever used Grok, which is on X, but it's X's AI basically. Actually, I think it's called XAI. It has a little watermark on it whenever you create an image or something like that. I think that is a good idea. It should always be watermarked. Definitely needs to be regulated. Yeah. What is their proof? It's AI made. Yeah, right. It's being used to harm others too much. Honestly, yeah, it probably is. I don't know if I've seen too much of that. Although I take that back. I have seen some stuff. If you've been on X for about 2 seconds, you've seen some stuff. That's why you keep a diary, right? It's become a habit. These days I write down my emotions in my diary, even if the content is trivial. When I read it later, the memories from that time come rushing back vividly, and it's really helpful. I could use my phone's notes app, but I insist on using paper and pen. Writing in a diary is an opportunity for me to reflect and look into my heart, even if it's just 5 minutes every night. Or even if I write in my diary that I don't want to write, I just want to sleep. Wow, I respect this a lot. This is speaking to me. This is absolutely speaking to me. That's great. Yeah, touching pen or pencil to paper it's a physical thing, right? You're touching the pen, you're touching the pencil, you're touching the paper, you're feeling the paper as you write. You know, even to the point where, you know, I have a tablet and, you know, they make that paper screen cover that's supposed to feel like you're actually touching paper when you touch the screen with a stylus or whatever. It just goes to show that I think a lot of people are missing the physical a little bit, you know, especially with AI. It's getting to the point where I think phones going into the future is literally just going to be communicating. It's going to be literally the movie Her. If you've ever seen it with Joaquin Phoenix, where he has this relationship with an AI thing. I almost said person. Thing. And I'm pretty sure phones are just going to be AI personal assistants going forward, which I think ultimately might kill social media. I don't know. I've been thinking about that. Like, what is social media in the age of AI? Is it like, does the AI populate it like visually? Does it like show up on this screen? Is like the AI on like a contact lenses or glasses, and it shows you like through your glasses, like projected onto a wall? Like, is it Apple Vision Pro or whatever it's called? Like, what is the future iteration of social media? Does it disappear? Does it evolve into that? But I do believe mobile phones will just be talking AI. And you'll be like, hey, can you call blah, blah, blah? You'll be like, yeah, sure, here you go. And you just put in an earpiece. Or maybe you wear the earpiece and that's how you communicate with the AI. But I'm pretty sure, I'm taking a guess here. I'm pretty sure in the future, mobile phones will just be AI. We'll just be talking to it. Because if you've ever used, I just did this. Terrifying. I don't know if I want to interact with it anymore. To be fair, my face and voice is all over the internet at this point. So I guess I shouldn't care. But it's a lot. It's a lot. I think, I used the voice AI, talked to it a little bit. And then they have different like personalities you can use. They got a romance one, which is terrifying, which is literally the movie Her. It was a great movie, by the way. Heartbreaking, a little terrifying. They have a funny one and an argumentative one and all that stuff. And it was flawless. It was like talking to an actual human being. There was a little lag on it, but it wasn't bad. It was not bad. And it responded to things. It remembered things you had previously said. It is a lot. If you've never tried it, try it if you're interested and you want to see like what it's like. If you don't want to see what it's like, just don't. But it was very interesting. Come to understand segment more. Yeah, indeed. Internet used to be an escape from reality. No, reality is an escape from the internet. That is a great quote. That is a great quote. Yeah, was it called digital detox, where you like step away from the internet for a while and you just kind of live? Imagine that, living. Weird. People need the community, though, to brag, share, hate, like. It's true. That is true. But my question is, what is social media in the age of AI? What does it look like? Is it scrolling a timeline? Is it talking to AI? It's a good question. I don't know. I think I see the end of social media within, 10 years. I think people might start to revolt against social media with AI video becoming so popular. You won't be able to trust any video you see. It'll all be fake. That's my prediction. I don't know if I'm going to be right. I don't know if I'm going to be right, but there's my kind of take on the future, if you will. Take it how you will. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. Get philosophical with it. Can we hear one line from yesterday's diary entry? Sungmin says, it goes like this. Tomorrow is a very important day, and I am so sleepy now, but I am holding a pen and writing. I really just write whatever comes to mind, right? Laughs. So it's very, what do they call that? It's a, what the heck is that called? It's a mind flow? That's not right. It's very stream of consciousness. Good grief. There it is. It took me a while. Stream of consciousness writing, which is honestly what you want to do for a journal. Just write everything down. Comes to mind, put it to paper. I believe that wait a minute. That doesn't make sense. I believe what music someone listens to these days can say a lot about the person. So I'm curious about what's on your playlist of late. Sungmin said, when I get hooked on a song, I listen to it nonstop until I get tired of it, or rather until the emotion fades. These days, I've been listening to Ariana Grande's Twilight Zone for over a week. I'm not really an imaginative person. That's funny. But even so, this song is one that sparks my imagination, and it's amazing to me. You're the type to seek stability, right? The other members of Stray Kids have said that once you get hooked on something, you stick with it to the end. Sungmin says, I'm not good at handling anxiety. Stability is the best. Whether it's baseball or singing, I don't get tired of it, and I just keep going. It's the same with human relationships. Once I connect with someone, I want to keep that relationship until the end. My closest friends now are still the ones I've known since elementary, middle, and high school. Without loyalty, I'm nothing. Whoa. Without loyalty, I'm nothing. That is... wow. That is a bold statement. I respect it. Everyone owns a t-shirt from a band that they've loved since they were teenagers. In other words, it seems that people live their entire lives with music that they've enjoyed listening to in their teens. Absolutely. Oh my gosh. Throw on a Paramore or Avril Lavigne or Cisco's Thong Song, an old Fall Out Boy song. I'll still sing along to it. Looking back later, what song do you think will become your theme song? I think it's As We Are that I wrote. I think it's a song that expresses my 20s the best. I could choose another song, but this song means a lot to me. To be honest, I found it hard to write the lyrics. It was so difficult to bring out parts of myself that I wanted to be recognized for, yet didn't want to admit. Interesting. Even the music video is somewhat based on my life. The lyrics of the introduction to the song are, I tried to do my best. I ran, only looking straight ahead. But I tripped and fell and ended up falling behind. Why has this only happened to me? Seems to hint that you want to be seen even if you don't want to admit it. Everyone has those feelings, right? Sungmin says, words that are hard to say out loud, emotions kept inside, stories known only to yourself. Well, to be fair, some of us have stories we keep to the grave. Maybe they're embarrassing. Maybe you don't want to tell anybody. We all have that. I put my thoughts and feelings honestly into the lyrics. I might have thought that it was my own way of growing up, but I gathered my courage. I wanted to tell everyone I've thought the same things that you have, and you're thinking the same way as I did. Maybe they might offer some comfort to someone. What's up, Dunny? What's going on? What have I watched so far? All of it. Everything. Every single one of them. I'm glad you made it to Alive. Do you think music is a part of everyday life and that everyday life is music in itself? Or do you believe there is real life outside the stage? Based on today's conversation, it seems like you're leaning towards the first category. Interesting. Sungmin said, I want to express the feelings that I have towards music off the stage with sincerity on stage. Even if it's not about music, I believe that living a life that I love amplifies my feelings towards music in a richer way. I don't want to live a life that's separate from my music. After all, the singer is the person. Dang, that was a beautiful interview. That was like top tier, beautiful interviews. That might be one of the best interviews I've read on stream. I love how this link in the middle of this beautiful is the related article. Life is about balance, isn't it? Dang. Gongcha names Stray Kids Felix as global brand ambassador. Well, there you go. Felix is often spotted enjoying his favorite drinks, occasionally sharing his go-to order, taro milk with 100% sweetness and extra pearls. Gongcha, one of the world's fastest growing global bubble tea brands. I've never heard of it. Member of renowned South Korean act Stray Kids, Felix is its new global brand ambassador. 2,200 locations in 29 international markets. Interesting. At the cutting edge of the global bubble tea market. Longtime fan, Felix is often spotted enjoying his favorite drinks, occasionally sharing his go-to order. His love for the brand and personal experience with bubble tea positions him as more than just a spokesperson, bringing in authenticity and relatability that guests can connect with. I mean, that's super smart. If somebody is actively a user of something, that is exactly the type of ambassadorship or sponsorship you want. As global ambassador, Felix will help raise awareness of the brand's unique and innovative beverages through high-profile brand campaigns. In addition, Gongcha will launch new limited edition products for fans around the world. Those sales are about to go boom. Those sales are going to explode. Gongcha has launched partnerships with Line Friends Manini and Final Fantasy 14. There you go. Brand campaign featuring Felix will launch first in Korea in mid-June, so now, with a U.S. and global rollout to follow. There you go. They've been ranked number 1 in the tea category of Entrepreneur Magazine's Franchise 500. How have I not heard about them? In a very emotional speech at the end of their second world tour, he said while crying, I don't believe in the word forever, but this moment with you guys and the members made me believe in it. Wow. The ads were pretty cool. Nice. Very nice. Being Stray Kids takes a lot of work and close friendships. This was written June 6th. As they tour U.S. stadiums this summer, the 8-member K-pop superstars talk about what goes into their intense live concerts, inventive. I'm getting at the point where reading is difficult. That's what happens 3.5 hours in. Inventive music and more. Oh, come on now. Get rid of this. Do you want us to be warm and charming, or do you want us to be toxic? That is the question that Bang Chan, the leader of the 8-man group, asks with a straight face as his bandmates crack up at his cheekiness. More on that question later. 3 hours before they took the stage, San Francisco's Oracle Park on May 28th, a couple weeks ago, Korean superstars sat down with an exclusive interview. When I mentioned that they're breaking records right and left, Bang Chan shyly says, "Not really." Laughing, he adds, "But go ahead." All right, let's get to the questions here. Come on now. Are we going to get to the questions? Where is it? It's just written into it? Yes, it's just written into it. Let's see. Stray Kids have always fiercely attacked whatever stage they play on and have never needed to be told to show more energy. Something even the Beatles heard during their baby days playing in Hamburg clubs. Quote, "Of course we recognize the difference in the crowds we're playing to now, but our mindset of how we approach the concert has not changed from our debut," Sungmin says. "We're grateful that we are still doing shows and people come to see us, and we're proud to have come this far." Felix adds, "We can see the crowd, no matter how big or small, from the stage. We see the diversity of our fans." That is a huge stage. Sometimes the crowd includes family members, like Bang Chan's younger sister, to the delight of the packed audience. Hannah and a friend, singer-songwriter, were shown dancing to her brother's music on the huge video display monitor. In a deja vu moment from previous concerts where the siblings interacted, Bang Chan shouted to his sister, "What are you doing, Hannah?" which the crowd ate up. At this point, Bang Chan's exclamation has become a meme that fans anticipate whenever Hannah's in attendance. All ribbing aside, the brother and sister get along famously. Hannah said, "I've always supported my brother with his career, and I'm so proud of everything he's accomplished. So it means the world that he's so encouraging of the path I've chosen." Stray Kids are well known for the meticulous, hands-on approach they take to shaping their versatile sound. Their songs veer from bass-heavy pop to hip-hop swagger to wistful ballads that can break your heart in just one verse. Quote, "I feel our music has its own genre," Bang Chan says. "I don't know if it suits a certain chart or anything. It's music we make to fit our own standards. We're just doing what we enjoy and what we think is fun to do. But we feel that our music is actually defined by the listeners, so I don't think we have the right to really say what our music is. Our fandom, Stay, does." Bang Chan adds that despite being successful early in their career, they don't consider themselves at the top of their game yet. "We still need to rise 9 more steps to get to 10. But that's the thing. Each and every one of our members, we all share the same goal, the fact that we are running towards something together. That itself feels like a goal that should be a standard." Without missing a beat, Changbin says in Korean, "I want to go to the Grammys," which draws hoots and hollers. Han stands up and pretends to chastise him because Changbin's statement can be interpreted as saying he'd like to win a Grammy. Thinking it over, Bang Chan smiles and simply says, "That's a really big goal." It's at this point that I ask them to share something about each other, and Bang Chan responds with the aforementioned question, "Do you want us to be warm and caring, or do you want us to be toxic?" Oh my gosh. Felix says, "I'll start off nicely," and proceeds to describe Bang Chan. As Bang Chan covers his ears, pretend shaking, Felix continues, "I really appreciate not only him taking care of all of us, but that he does this even at times when we have so much work to do. He always tries to be very positive. Even when one person feels a little bit exhausted, even though he's tired himself, he takes care of it. It's a huge thing that not many people do. He's a very down-to-earth person." As Felix offers a complimentary affirmation, Han jokingly gives him a thumbs down, much to Changbin's delight. When Bang Chan turns around to see why they're cracking up, Han grins and switches to an apologetic thumbs up. Unafraid of how his bandmates might describe him, IN requests, "Do me next." IN's my roommate, and he's the youngest in the team, Bang Chan says, but sometimes he feels like the oldest. In many ways, he's the most responsible and takes care of his big brothers. Ion flexes his arm in appreciation and smiles, knowing that, of course, Bang Chan would compliment him. Next, Ion talks about Sungmin. "Personally, I think he has a voice that has a romantic charm. When you hear his voice, you understand what I mean. He takes great care of the members, and I really respect him." That's amazing. Yoonjin is very passionate and responsible with his work, and I learn a lot from him. Even though we're the same age, I depend on him a lot. When it's Yoonjin's turn to say something about Changbin, the latter cutely flashes peace signs with both hands to encourage a positive assessment. It works. I'll only say nice things. Changbin is the center of gravity, the core of Stray Kids. He has someone older and younger on the team, and he acts as a mediator in many ways. He's kind and does the work really well, and he always monitors the rest of us to make sure we're okay. Phrasing, bro. Looking over at Han, Changbin says, he's my junior and my friend. He's like the jokester, and he brightens the mood of the team. He has so much charm. Smiling his thanks to Changbin, Han begins to describe Lee No. He's very handsome. What's up, Megan? Welcome in. Happy Wednesday. Or I guess Thursday. And he listens to me and only me, ignoring Lee No's burst of laughter. Han continues, I can get lonely being away from home, and he takes a very good care of me. After a concert, we spend quality time together. We all do, actually, and we share delicious food together. Of Felix, Lino says, everyone knows that Felix has a kind heart. He's always the masseur of Stray Kids. Whenever we're in pain, he comes running to massage us. Of course, the most popular ship's comment starts with, he's very handsome, right? All the members take this opportunity to cheer for Felix. The group's management, JYP Entertainment, recently released a statement saying that because Felix didn't want to skip the tour, he may be modifying some of the strenuous dance moves to prevent back strain. We're always performing. It takes a lot of energy, Felix says. It takes a lot of effort to maintain our health and condition. Everyone here all works out. We take care of our bodies and what we eat and how we work out. It's pretty obvious, right? We have to be strong because our concerts are physically demanding. We don't want to disappoint. Their shows are 3-hour marathons of music, dancing, and laughter. Bang Chen says there's a lot of people who are counting on us. We're running around. We're jumping up and down. It's sometimes slippery, so we can fall. We can always get hurt. Everyone has their own pace, but yeah, for sure it's not easy. But luckily, we're all still very healthy. Cerebral and emotional aspect of being a Stray Kid means the members are constantly pushing themselves to better their craft. In 2024, they recorded a pair of standout tracks that featured pop singer Charlie Puth and Epic High rapper Tableau on Lose My Breath and You, respectively. When they reached out to Tableau to collaborate with them, the hip-hop star said it was a no-brainer. Quote, my only rule when choosing who to work with, they must genuinely love what they do and people they do it for. Tableau tells Rolling Stone via email, as much as this sounds obvious, it's actually rare. Increasingly so in a music industry has become more data science than art. Yeah, obviously with the proliferation of electronic instrument sounds and all that stuff. Loved working with Stray Kids because they were so tangibly genuine in their attitude towards music. We went through multiple of their songs before landing on You, in their onstage presence, and their personal interactions with me. Very, very cool. As this interview winds down, we talk about what they like to do in their free time. And the conversation circles back to their music. Quote, we've always been busy working together on new things, even before our debut, Bang Chan says. Yesterday, we worked on a project at the hotel room as well. Because we've been together for so long, we understand each other. We understand what Stray Kids music is supposed to be. Lino adds, we talk to each other all the time and discuss our music, especially before a comeback. So it's not just three Racha making a song, and that's what gets put out. Bang Chan continues, it's more of a democracy. People vote on it, actually grade it, give their feedback. We're a group, so that's how we work together. That's lovely. All right, so we got some more North American tour dates. June 6th, so they went to Arlington. June 7th, they're in Arlington. Let's see. Yep, tonight they're in New York. 23rd, they'll be at Washington, D.C. So they're doing a bunch of baseball stadiums. Citi Field, Nationals Park, Wrigley Field. Camping World Stadium is a football stadium. I actually went there once. I did go there once. I think it was for a... No, I think it was a regular season game. I don't think I saw a bowl game there. Talking about university football. Then they'll be in Chicago, Toronto. Nice. Very nice. I like the fact that they all have a say. That is ultimately one of the coolest parts. I mean, it is 8 members, so it's a lot of opinions to keep in check and, you know, get the pulse of and keep everybody happy and all that stuff. It looks like they're extremely comfortable with each other, which is always good. And the fact that they're the fact that they're able to do their own thing from time to time is just beautiful. It's awesome. They've been doing some collabs with them too, getting like special merch and stuff. Sungmin must be hella happy. Yeah, right. I'm sure they couldn't want a better artist to praise them. Tableau's an amazing Korean-Canadian rapper, a legend, graduated in Stanford with honors. Wow. Dang. That's got to feel good. Got to feel good. Didn't get to be a baseball player, but is still performing on the biggest baseball pitches. Yeah. That's awesome. That is really cool. Honestly, what stuck out to me a lot was what we discussed quite a bit is Sungmin's take on life. Like, world's moving too fast, AI, all that stuff. Like, that was quite the rant that I went on. So if you have any thoughts, I'm looking forward to it. Let me know down below in the comments and all that stuff. I'll be reading. I will be reading. I do check out the comments. If I put a little heart by your comment, that means I definitely read it for sure. Sometimes I respond, sometimes I don't. Sometimes I read, sometimes I respond. It's just, I don't know. How the mood takes me, right? But I appreciate you being here. This was a lot of fun. Obviously, it was just three subjects, really, but it was very different. Very different feels to all the videos, so I appreciate that greatly. Shout out to the members, toddreacts.com, for picking such amazing, amazing videos day in and day out of these streams. It's been a thrill. It's been wonderful. It's been awesome to learn about all these different groups and shows and everything else. It's been a lot of fun. Absolutely a lot of fun. I hope you've enjoyed it too, and you've learned along the way as well. Maybe you haven't seen some of these, heard some of these, etc. And that's always fun to share in that experience together. So hopefully you're not just watching what you want to watch. Hopefully you watch something that, you know, you've never seen before, never heard before, all that good stuff. And we kind of learn together. Learn together. It was fun indeed. You are welcome. You are welcome. If you'd like to request your own videos, toddreacts.com would be the ticket. Season and series tiers are how you request videos. I know that was brought up a little earlier by a first-timer. toddreacts.com. Check it out. Check out the merch as well. Summer collection of merch ships worldwide. 15% off for members, of course. Join the Discord. Join the conversations. All that good stuff. Make some friends that are interested in what you're interested in. If you're big into Stray Kids, or you're big into The Walking Dead, or you're big into Smosh, there are people to talk to you about it from literally all over the world. Literally. You could be on at any time of day, and I guarantee you somebody will respond to you. It's pretty impressive. It is pretty impressive. Subscribe to the YouTube channel so you tell the algorithm, hey, I like this. I want to see more of this. Follow the Twitch channel if you want to watch live, of course. And I think I hit everything. Yeah. There will not, programming note here, there will not be a stream. Not be a stream on Friday. So there will be a video on YouTube. It just won't be streamed. It's already been done. It was the video that was blocked by GMMTV. So I'm just going to remove those sections. It'll be available. So be on the lookout for that. And I will see you all back here on Wednesday for the next live stream and upload. But yeah, I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful weekend, because I won't be talking to you live. But I hope you have a great, great time. And I will see you all back here on Wednesday. Take care. Have fun. Do something interesting. And report back. Bye, everybody.